What y'all doing up, man? Hit that thumbs up as you come into the live. What y'all doing up? What's up? I'm sitting outside on my balcony, enjoying this beautiful weather, and I'm burning me some palo as I'm in my spiritual element, y'all. What's happening? D. Nicole, what's going on, Barbara? Kosama Akatar. What's going on, family? Brother Ray. Ray, what's happening? I'm always up. Usually I'm in the studio, but tonight I'm just out on the balcony, just chilling. I'm enjoying this beautiful Vegas weather. Looking over the valley. LM, what's happening? CC is up too. Wow. But guy, what's happening, family? Hit that thumbs up, y'all. I'm just sitting out here on my balcony, you know, running some palo in my spiritual meditation mode, man. Watching these airplanes from the airport come in, come and go. Yeah, yeah. I don't smoke no yaya, but I love my I do my meditation with my meditation incense. I mean, sticks, and I burn some sage and some palo. That's what I'm doing right now. Staying in that zone, so I'm able to write them hits. Y'all want to know how I write them hits? That's that spiritual element. What's happening? Hit that thumbs up as you guys are coming into that live. That's how your boy be writing those hits up. Some of my little secrets. CC, what's up? What you doing up, CC? Barbara, what's up, Barbara? Cora, hi. Mitch, what's going on? Hey Mitch, you funny, Mitch. What's up, Mitch? LM, it's good to see you, LM. I'm glad you stopped in. I'm out here enjoying this beautiful, beautiful weather, you guys. It's beautiful out here. Beautiful. Somebody down there singing off key. One of my neighbors down there singing, and that shit is like super off key. I guess they're doing like karaoke. And when I tell you they singing off key, y'all, they singing off key. But it's beautiful out here tonight, you guys. Look, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Usually you see the moon there, but it's just absolutely beautiful out here tonight. I'm trying to keep this lit. My lighter ain't working right. Man. But it's beautiful out here tonight. Yeah. LM, wake up. Wake up. Hey, LM, let me tell you what I used to do to my older brother. My older brother used to get really upset with me, right? I would tell him to wake up and go to sleep. I say, big bro, I wake him up. Big bro. And you guys pray for my older brother right now. My older brother's, um, I don't know how long he's going to, I'm praying that he's able to live at least another year or so, but they're saying pretty much anytime soon can be it for my older brother. He's um, he's in the hospital right now, and it's not looking good. So Please pray for him. Chef Vanna, can you do me a favor? Chef Vanna, Chef Vanna, Chef Vanna, can you do me a favor? My lighter's not working. I need this lit. I got to get this back right. My lighter's not working. Yeah, can you just light it real good for me and just put it back in there like that? Wait, thank you. Yeah. Levi, what's up? Heavenly Father, touchstone. Thank you, Levi. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's why I'm out here sitting here thinking about my older brother, man. And all day, I found out yesterday about my brother, and not to divulge a lot of my personal information, but it's not looking good for my older brother. So I was thinking about when we were young and just growing up, and some of the things he would do to piss me off, and just kind of reminiscing because he's not here in Vegas. He's in Illinois, and he's not doing good. And thank you, thank you. He's not doing good, you guys. So I don't know if he's gonna make it. I don't know if he's gonna make it tonight. I don't know if he's gonna survive tonight. Lucy, Lucy. I don't know if he's gonna survive tonight, you guys. I don't know if he's gonna survive tomorrow. He could survive the next year. With faith and prayers, he could survive. He could live the next 20 years. It just, he has some kind of form of stomach cancer. So all day long, I just been thinking, because yesterday I tried to take my mind off of it by doing some other stuff so I didn't have to think about my brother and the fact that I don't know how long he's going to be here. So I try not to think about it yesterday. But today it hit me real heavy. So my sister went to the hospital to see him. And the circumstances just kind of weird and just unparalleled kind of circumstance that just doesn't allow many people to go see my brother. Sunstar, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Sunstar said, "Hi, Stone. Sorry for your brother. He's in my prayers." Thank you so much, Sunstar. I really appreciate that. I do. And let me tell you guys, remember I told you about growing up and how tough it was for me growing up, right? And how my brothers were, in the streets and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So my older brother, all my brothers are very handsome men. All of them, very handsome men. Every last one of them. All of them. One of my brother had 30 kids, man. 30. My oldest brother, 30 kids. I kid you not. I still have some nieces and nephews. I don't even know their names. 65 nieces and nephews, 85 great nieces and nephews. This is no joke. Good job, Lucy. Good job. You did a good job. I'm on my live YouTube right now. uh, On the balcony, yeah. You did a good job parking. So, yeah, you did a good job. So, y'all hear my neighbor singing? I don't know if they're doing karaoke, but whoever gave that person the mic needs to grab that motherfucker and run with it. Okay, so we'll get back on my brother, y'all. So all day today I've been meditating. That's why I didn't go live earlier. Had a lot of different emotions trying to figure out how to deal with the fact that my brother might not be alive tomorrow. Tonight he could pass away. So I said he could live or he could live a year. God is in control. I said, let me just meditate and pray and think of the all the great things about my brother. The reason why this is complicated with my brother is it's not a normal situation. My brother has been in prison now for he's been in prison since my mom passed away in 2004. My brother went in prison, I think, 2000, the year 2000. So he's been in prison that long. He went in at 40 years old. He don't supposed to get out until he's 75 years old. So because he's sick, the prison had to take him to the hospital, but they only allowed two people to see him at a time. Crazy part about it, he only has a couple people on his visiting list, right? I always make sure I send him money, always make sure he gets money, but there's only two people on his visiting list. While he was in prison, this young lady pops up out of the blue, contacting my brother, contacting everybody in our family, saying that one of us was her father. Now she actually reached out to my sister saying, "Is it me?" And I was like, "For hell no! I want one of them dudes to sleep around with a whole bunch of women." But I knew my brothers do. They had all kinds of girlfriends, right? So as soon as the girl said, and I started thinking, damn, in high school I wasn't sleeping with girls and stuff. I just wasn't. I wasn't like that, right? So I was like, it can't be me, right? I'm like, can't be me. And I was like, my sister said, oh, I said, well, what does she look like? And my sister said, she sent me a picture, and I said, oh, she's a beautiful young lady, right? But I said, what does her mom look like? And when she sent me the picture of her mom, I said, T, hell T, no. That even if I was out there doing that, I wouldn't have messed with her mama. But she turned out, she's a beautiful girl, regardless, right? So my brother, she finds out that my brother was the one that her mom and him had a little fling, and it ended up in her being born. Very nice young lady. She's a school teacher, and I talked to her and I welcomed her in, and I said, welcome in, and anytime you need to talk to me, your uncle, you're welcome to contact me. Um, she had been wondering who her father was for years, and she didn't know. But since my brother's other kids had not kept in touch with him, and he's only known this young lady probably maybe not even a year, this new niece, he put her as power of attorney of everything, which pissed off his other two kids. But I guess he felt like you, because I'm trying to think of what my brother was thinking like, right? What he's thinking like. He's probably thinking nobody's been there. My kids haven't been there. This young lady wanted to know who I am as a father. I stepped up to the plate and said, "Yes, you're my daughter," and she's been there. She's been there for my brother, and I was like, I told everybody, my sister, I said, "Listen, she's been there for him. If he wants to make her power of attorney over his affairs, you got to respect that." She wanted to know who our father was, and she showed up to see her dad. She drove all the way from Texas, and his kids are right there in Illinois, and they don't get up off their asses and go see my brother, right? While he's been in prison. So I have mixed emotions about this because he's not doing well. And I started thinking this would be his real freedom, for him to be, for him to leave this earth right now would be his real freedom. No more prison, even though he won't get out until he's 75 years old. And he went in 2002 as a 40-year-old, and he's been in there since 2002. Yeah, 2000, the year 2000. So this would be the ultimate freedom. If he passed away, this is it, right? He's free. He's free. Then I started thinking, nah, I don't want it to play out that way. I would like to be able to see my brother and talk to him, sit next to him, laugh about the past. Now all of my brothers except for my younger brother were all knuckleheads in the street, fighting, beating people up, just running the game, the streets, drugs, selling drugs, beating people up, tons of women. That was my older brothers, all of them. I watched it. And one of my brothers was a champion boxer. Now, he wasn't running the street like that. His name is Nate the Great. If you look him up on boxing stats, Nate the Great is fighting out of Illinois back in the 80s. He was super lightweight, welterweight, lightweight. Nate the Great. He was Boom Boom Manzini's sparring partner. That was my eldest brother. He passed away, right? The one that had all the kids. So I sat all day today and I thought about my brother, you guys. And I thought about what is he thinking. And I was wondering, because you guys remember I was dealing with being dehydrated, right? And I didn't even know I was dehydrated, but I was feeling something weird that whole time, not knowing that my brother was in the hospital, but I was feeling a weird way. You guys remember seeing me sit, and I was having these headaches and feeling these pains, and I didn't know what was going on. That whole time, my brother was in the hospital in serious pain. And I started thinking, was I picking up on some of his pain that he was dealing with? I don't know, man. But knowing that he's at that hospital and he's not sitting in the prison, even though he has a prison guard sitting in his room, he can't see all of his family because of the restrictions of him being a prisoner. Cherry, what's up, Cherry? Thank you, Sunstar. I appreciate you for that. Rainmaker said, just saying hello, Stone. God bless you. And sending prayer, Stone. Rainmaker, thank you. Please pray for my brother. Even if he has to, even if he lives, just pray for him being in prison because he's been in there a long time and he's paid his debts to society. Um, my brother, he killed somebody and he's in prison because of that. Um, and it's always weird for me to know that I have a brother that's sitting in prison. It's always the weirdest thing in the world to know that I have. It's just strange to me, especially somebody you didn't see growing up, and then they're locked up like a dog, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Now, according to his new daughter and my sister, they said that the daughter wrote a letter, and because of some loophole, that he possibly might be able to get out in 2 years. But if he's not going to be alive, that doesn't make a difference, right? Thank you, Sandra. Leanne, thank you. Thank you for that, Leanne. Just thinking, it made me think, you guys, where do we go wrong? What is the point? What is the crossroad point where you either realize you're making a mistake that you can't correct once you make it, or you just shouldn't do it? Does that make sense? Like, here's the crossroads, like the crossroads of the mistake and your life changing, like right there at that crossroad. Like, if I do this, if I make this mistake, my life is gonna change forever. And why people don't ever really think about that at that moment. My brother said to me, he said, "Little brother, I supposed to be your example, but you ended up being my example." He said, "You ended up being my example when I should have been your example." And I don't really ask him a lot of questions because I don't want to be overbearing. There's always a lot of things that go through my mind, like why we were born of the same woman, and how is it that I was able to make the right decisions and they made the wrong decisions? That's when I understood to myself that decisions are choices. We all have this. Every last one of us on this live have that same choice to make. And he made a decision to take somebody's life when he could have made a decision not to. And I try to understand it. I know he's been in there long enough. He's paid his dues. But I said to myself, I wonder if he could undo this, how he would do it again. And my sister told me, he asked about my other brothers and how they're doing. And he said that they should be doing everything they can to live their best life because they're free. That's coming from a man that's locked up. So that means he's replaying all the things he did that got him to where he is now. That's what that means. I wish that I could have been his conscience. I wish I could have been his conscious mind and whispered in his ear and said, "Don't do that. Don't make that move, big bro. Be careful. Don't do that. You're gambling with your life." I wish I could have been his conscience at the moment that he did that, but I couldn't. I wasn't there when he did that. I wasn't even in the city. But I'll tell you one thing. There was a time this same brother I'm talking about wanted to, right before he did what he did, he wanted to move to Vegas, right? He was saying, "Yeah, little bro, I'm thinking about coming out to Vegas and, you know, and living there, where you're at." And I immediately said, "Nah," because I know how he is, right? I said, "Nah, nah." I said, "You can come to Vegas, but you're not living with me." That's what I said to him, right? You're welcome to come. I can't stop you from coming to Vegas, but because I already know everywhere my brother goes, there's havoc. Not in that bad way, but he's gonna be fighting somebody. He might pow somebody, and he's gonna get caught up in the whole drug scene, selling. So I already knew I didn't want to have a brother around me that was operating that way and saying, "Oh, that's my little brother." I didn't want to deal with that, and I grew up watching him, so I know how he gets down, and he loves fighting, right? Like all of us do. So I just knew he could come here to Nevada, and it could just be a very bad situation, and he would have been locked up here. He would have definitely been locked up here, and so I told him no. And when he saw how passionate I was about him not coming here, he didn't come. And then right after that is when he unalived somebody and ended up in prison. So my intuition was correct. Now he served all this time from 2000 to now. Once again, he went in at 40 years old. As year 2000, he was 40. He's been in there since 2000 up until now, and he has cancer. So I'm replaying my life with my brother and just all the things and thinking what he could have done to put himself in a different position and not be where he's at right now. Now, here's the crazy part. There's three of my brothers now that have issues with diabetes and kidney failure. My other two brothers, they've been going through, they're not locked up, but they have kidney failure and they've been in and out of the hospital. And any day now, the both of them, I could get a call and be like, yeah, that's it. So now that's three of my brothers, three of the six. Well, one's already passed away, but that's three of them of the six that, so one's passed away, right? One's passed away. Don't forget that. So that's three of the six. One's passed away. That leaves me and another one, right? That everything is cool. Of course, I got sisters. I got three sisters and six brothers. And on my dad's side, I got six sisters and three brothers. Same thing on my dad's side. Caught up. The boys are caught up in one of them he went to prison for shooting, unaliving somebody too, from powing somebody. Oh, that's on my dad's side. So I'm looking at this crazy dynamic. And then I think about myself, you guys, right? And I said, how is it that on my dad's side, my brothers are fucked up? They've done fucked up. Only one of them ain't doing no fucked up shit, but the other two just done a gang of fucked up shit. One's in prison. He unalived somebody on my dad's side. On my mom's side, same shit, same scenario. One brother in prison for unaliving somebody. Then I look at myself and say, how did I make it and avoid all the pitfalls that I could have got caught up in? Because these are the same brothers with the same blood running through their vein as I have. Cherry said, I will share that I had to a moment when an ex girlfriend removed ran behind my car at his house, and I jumped out and pulled a sniper from the reaction, and there was a baby in the car. Oh my God! I unblacked out. Ooh wee! When your ex, damn Cherry, for real, Cherry, just think about this, Cherry. What if the baby wasn't in the car? You might have moved forward with that, Cherry. Cherry, you might have actually moved forward and done that. Damn, Cherry, you might have just moved forward and executed that situation. You might have just done it, Cherry. God was in your corner, Cherry. He was watching. He was looking out for you. You were saved by the powers that be the Almighty upstairs, Cherry. That's a that is an amazing story within its own right. That's a mini series, Cherry. Sonia said, I think you have divine protection stone. Sonia, I have to agree with you on that. Because the blood is running through veins on both sides, my dad's side, my mom's side, with those kids, right? With my brothers and sisters. But somehow, some powerful way, the man upstairs has protected me from all those things that I could have got caught up in. Cherry said it was unexpected, hit behind my car. She tried to push my car into a lake. Oh my God, Cherry. Damn. The Rainmaker says, sound like you're in a tough situation right now. Emotionally, bro, I pray for your peace, man. This life throws curves that we don't see, but we have to adjust sometimes. There ain't no do-overs. Thank you, Rainmaker, for that. Rainmaker, you're correct. There are no do-overs. Rainmaker said, that's why I pray for your peace of mind, wisdom, and strength. Blessing Stone. The Rainmaker, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Rainmaker. Marilyn, what's up? Hit that thumbs up as you guys are coming into the live. Please do me that favor. Every person that's here, please hit that thumbs up for Brother Stone, man. Hit that thumbs up at the top, please. You know, Rainmaker and Cherry, I think about some of the things that my brothers used to try to get me caught up in. One of my brothers, he used to give me a sawed off shotgun. He used to have me outside pow powing in directions at people that he was having situations with. Now, these are real stories. These are not made up stories that I'm telling you guys. I, one day, I'll try to bring my brother on live, and I'll let him tell you guys the stuff he used to have me doing. You see, I was raised by my aunt, but on the weekends I would visit my mother. And when I would visit my mother, it was always some shit going on. This was before my mom changed her life and gave her life to God. She was still going to clubs and drinking. This was back in the 70s. She was always, everything was a party. It was a party all the time on the weekends, right? Her friends, they'd be drinking. Crazy parties. The little club joint, the little juke joint was like a house bar. Back in the 70s, you could actually have a bar in your house. So it was like a house bar. It's still like a club, like a pub. Like y'all see the pubs now, but people used to have that shit at their house back in the day, right? So I used to actually sit in the backyard, and I could hear my mom when I be there staying on the weekend. I could hear her. Me and my brothers and sisters, me and my younger brother and sister would sit in the backyard, and we could hear her. Sometimes we yell her name, Mom. We try to call her name, see if she can hear us, but they'd be at the juke joint, which was like 4 or 5 houses down the alley across and we could hear it. And she'd come home at 4 or 5 in the morning, maxed out, blown out, drunk, blown out, just liquored up. Then she met my stepdad at that same juke joint. She changed her life. She got married again, and she changed her life. Once again, I was raised by my aunt. I would visit my mom on the weekends. So every time I would be there, my mom wouldn't be there. My brothers would be into all kinds of shit. When I tell you they'd be in all kinds of shit, they was just wilding the fuck out. My older brothers. And I remember the night my mom had bought these houses on the street. She owned probably like 4 houses on the street. She had bought this house, and she turned it into her daycare. And I was at that daycare. And it sounded like rocks hitting the house, right? I said to my brother, I look out the window, me being green, not really at that time. I wasn't. I said, somebody's throwing rocks at the house. Now I'm a young dude, right? And somebody's throwing rocks at the house. My brother said, what? I said, you hear that? And it was clink, 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 clink. It would hit the window. He said, boy, those ain't rocks. Those are buckshot. Somebody's shooting at the house. This is what my brother said. I said, he said, get out that window. My older brother. He goes in the back. He gets this shotgun, this sawed-off shotgun. He loads it. He grabs another one. He hands it to me. He said, follow me. He takes me outside. We go around the house. He looks at the bushes. You can hear somebody pow-pow from the bushes. I see the light coming from the bushes, and I'm kind of freaking out. I am, but I'm not, because being in that neighborhood in Illinois, in Chicago, it was normal for that, right? It was normal for this stuff back then. So you hear a gunshot, nobody would jump. We were used to it. So I see the light, and I tell my brother, it's coming from right. He said, I know where it's coming from. Boy, get down. He said, I need you to pow in that direction. I said, what? He said, do what I tell you to do. Now, this is my older brother. I'm doing what he's telling me to do. I think I was 13, 14. I do what he tells me to do. I pow in that direction. We go around the front of the house. We go up on the porch, because now we don't hear no more noise coming from that direction. No more pow coming from that direction. We go up on the porch. Now, this is crazy. Real story. Go up on the porch. I stand up. I don't think he told me to go up. I just go up the porch, and I look around. And all of a sudden, the pow starts back. And I'm standing on the porch, right? And my brother pulls me from the porch. He pulls me. And I get thrown down flat with the gun in my hand. Gun got thrown to the right. I hit the floor, and I hit the ground, and all the wind got knocked out of me. I couldn't breathe. And I'm on the ground, trying to breathe. And I didn't know why he did that. I just remember hearing the pow coming from the bushes. Well, these guys had pow at the house. And the reason why they were pow at the house, because my brother was dating this white girl that this other dude liked. And it was all about the girl. It wasn't about nothing else, right? Later on, we find out the story. I'm sharing this story with you for a reason. So I'm on the ground. My brother's picking me up. I'm barely breathing. I'm breathing, and he's looking for the sawed off, and it's right over there. He picks it up. He drags me around the side of the house. All of a sudden, the police show up. And the police is trying to figure. Somebody called the police. Police trying to figure out. And my brother's like telling them all. My sister say, "Oh, my sister Tabitha. She's always on my Facebook page. She's saying, oh, they shot at the house. They pop out at the house, and they almost hit him. And so the police said, well, where were you standing? And my brother didn't want me to talk. He said, he don't need to talk. He's a minor. You talk to me. And the police said, no, we're going to talk to him with you here. So they were asking me where I was standing. And I told them, right, like for instance, this door here, right? This balcony door. I said, I was right here. And and as they're looking at me, I'm looking at the holes. I'm looking at the holes. It's like all around where I was standing. So the officer says, if you were standing here, if your brother was standing here, there's no way he could be standing here. My brother said, yeah, he was standing there. He said, there's no way he could have been standing there, because if he was standing here, he should not even be here. He should be dead, because all the bullets from those guys pow-powing went right past me. It should have hit me. It's a real story I'm telling y'all. It's a true story. It's not made up. They go over to the bushes because they're trying to figure out they looking at the shells that were that were pop out at the house. They're looking down. They follow it over to the forensics came. You know, they did the little line with the rope and they lined it up to where the shots were coming from. And they found blood in those bushes over there. They found a trail of bloods leading over to the projects, right? I said to myself, to this day, I don't know. I don't know if I hurt somebody from my brothers having me do some shit that I didn't even know what they had me doing, but I was doing because that was my older brother. But this is how people can get kids caught up in shit that shouldn't be. Now, what if I got infatuated with that shit? What if I got that spirit of darkness and said, "Ooh, I like that, big bro. Ooh, I like that. You like that, little bro? Yeah. All right, you gonna ride with me now. From here on out, you gonna ride with your big brother." What if I had gotten excited about that and decided to start just reveling in that spirit of darkness, reveling in that spirit of darkness, because my brothers was giving me that energy, right? What if I'd have said, "Yeah, this feel good"? What if I liked it? To this day, I don't know. The police said there was blood in those bushes. So somebody got hit, pow pow. And I was the one that my brother told me to pow pow in that direction with that sawed off shotgun. Which, by the way, when it jerked me and threw me back. This is a real story, y'all. I ain't making this up. I'm showing y'all how influence is powerful. But for some reason, even through being around my brothers, the spirit of music was in me. The spirit of martial arts was in me. The spirit to be different was in me. And I always wanted to be different than my brothers. I never wanted to be like them. And you know what they would tell me? You're going to be just like us. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of bothers me a little bit because I think about my brother and had he just made a decision to be a different person. I tell you these stories because I want you to understand when you see me online, my life wasn't as easy as you think it is. I tell you these stories because just because a person don't say that there was a that just because you don't hear a person saying they weren't around complicated things, their life was not complicated. I tell you these things because you see me with nice things, nice clothes, around cool people. If y'all think they cool, people who are very successful, and my brothers that are doing well are successful, but majority of my brothers are not. I could have got caught up, y'all. I could have got caught up. Think about this, man. As I see my brother who's holding on to life right now, who's done all these years in prison, he had the same opportunity I had. Each and every one of my brothers did. Each and every one. The ones on my mom's side and the ones on my dad's side. It's only a few of us doing good. Things could have been different for me, y'all. I spent all day today reflecting on this, thinking about my brother and this possibly being the end of his life and what he could be sitting back thinking about as he's laying in that hospital bed. We can't even call his hospital. They only allow one call a day, one family member to call a day, one, and only two people can go visit him. And he has to approve that. And right now, he hasn't been approving nobody except for a couple folks. Choices, man. Choices. Life is about choices. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Buckeye. The same woman he was born of, I was born of. Do you know how hard it is for me to sit here and to know somebody that has the same blood in their veins as I do is facing any minute of them not being here anymore? And he's thinking right now of all the shit he's done right as I'm talking to you. It's 8, it's only 11 o'clock there in Illinois. He's sitting in his bed and he's thinking about all the fucked up shit he has done in his life. And if he could press a reset button, he probably would. If he could rewind the hands of time and erase every mistake he made, he can't use the bathroom. He can't move from his waist down. The cancer has spread. He can talk still, but he can't get up and walk. They have to care for him. They have to clean him. The cancer has progressed and has spread through his whole body. Now, my brother's been a real live gangster, y'all, all his life, since we were young. Fight, pow people in the middle of the daytime, beat people up. All my brothers, all of them. I've been trying to, because I can't talk to my brother, I've been trying to reach him spiritually. And what do I mean by that? I've been trying to talk to him in the spiritual realm, right? When I meditate and I chant and I burn my palo, I try to talk to him in the spiritual realm because we're connected through the blood. We're connected through our blood. So you could talk to people you're connected through bloodline, especially bloodline. I sat and I got quiet and I tried to speak to his spirit and I try to tap into his spirit and talk to him through the spiritual element to reach his spirit, to let him know it's okay because I can't talk to him on the phone. That prison in Illinois is so tough. They don't even let, it's like they don't even let no calls come. Even worse so, because they have a guard sitting in the hospital because they taken him from the prison to the hospital. And they got a guard sitting in his room. He's just sitting there waiting. Seems like he's already prepared himself and he's accepted his fate that this could be it. He's accepted that this just might be it. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm having this conversation with you because I want you to understand. A lot of you that probably don't know me don't understand. We all have a story. But my story, you would not think is the way it was. You wouldn't think that the things that I'm telling you I've actually been through because I don't talk about it. I don't walk around like I'm tough. I don't talk about street stories and shit like that. I don't need to. I've watched my brothers live that shit out, not in a movie, but in real life. I've watched it. I watched it. I grew up in Illinois watching people be unalive right in front of my house, my mom's house. I watched it with my own eyes. So I don't glorify those stories and I don't talk about them because it's not a good feeling. So I don't glamorize it and I don't have conversations about this shit. But my road has been not an easy road. And I'll say that again because I don't have a problem getting on here being honest with people. I don't have a problem with doing that. A lot of people in the entertainment industry, they don't really want you to know much about their life and their how they grew up, some of the shit they've been through. A lot of them don't want you to know that. They feel like there's a weakness in sharing that with you. But to me, transparency is clarity. And we never know who's listening to us that your story could help them heal. You guys, I could have ended up a very bad person, man. Very bad. Selling drugs, hurting people, beating people up all the time. I watched it growing up. My brothers did it. They were trying to teach that shit to me. But if you had told me 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30, that I was going to have an older brother that was going to go to prison for killing somebody and that's possibly going to die as a prisoner, I would have told you, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I would have said, yeah, they do messed up stuff, but no, I don't see that because I didn't think that my brother would go that far to unalive somebody. I never thought that he would ever do that. That was my brother. That still is my brother. So can you imagine how that makes me feel to know that? But my brother took somebody's life. Somebody lost somebody they love. And at the same time, we lost somebody we love. Now I'm about to possibly lose my brother. Yeah, man. Leanne said something earlier about life. And I can't remember quite what she said, but it's something about like life not being fair. It wasn't made to be fair. Something like that. I can't remember what you said, Leanne. It was something to that decree. But I agree with her. Does not deal any of us fair cards. It's not like we get all aces. Sometimes we get these cards we have to deal with, and we have to learn how to play those cards and turn them into a positive outcome. That's what I did with my life. So when you see me on here, you see my passion. You see the way I talk. Sometimes you see the way I get upset with people that come in here with the disrespect. Still, at the end of the day, it's all out of love. I've learned how to discipline myself to not allow myself to get in trouble through the years, to be able to tell you guys my story as a free man. The crazy part is my brother feels like he can get out if he's able to live. Now he's faced with maybe he could get out, but now is he gonna live? Am I gonna live to be able to even get out? And if he lived to 75 years old, how many of his brothers and sisters are still going to be here to take care of him? He's got kids. But 75 years old and you get out of prison, I mean, who's looking to take care of a 75-year-old when they get out of prison? Let's think about that. And if his brothers and sisters aren't around, who does he have to deal with? His kids, hoping that they're going to want to take care of him and give him a place to go, or end up homeless on the streets and then possibly end up back in prison again because they're in survival mode. So when you see me, my life wasn't an easy road because my brothers had me doing some fucked up shit when I was younger that could have taken me completely out of the game altogether. Y'all see me looking, that's because I'm outside. I see they're having a party over in my neighbors, and so I'm watching all these cars go by. I'm out here on my balcony. I'm really trying to figure out how to deal with these emotions because the last person that I lost that really broke my heart was Angie. I'm not really ready to be crying again, y'all. I'm not ready for that. On top of all this, I still think about my other two brothers. I don't know who is singing over here, but they need to take the microphone from this motherfucker over there. I mean, they sound horrible. I almost want to walk down the street and be like, "Can I put y'all on camera?" Because this shit is isolated humility. But my two other brothers are diabetics. Both of them are alcoholics, and their bodies just it's not looking good for them either. And I pray every day, man, that they can live another year. And before that year is over, I pray they can live another year. And I keep doing that. But any day now, I can get a call that that's it. One of them was just in the hospital not too long ago. Then right after he was in the hospital, the other one was. It's kind of like my Korean neighbor. This lady's so nice. She's always out working on her plants, and she's got a little garden back there, and she's always out doing her garden. Let me ask you guys a question, man. What do you do when you have everything, but you have nothing? What do you do when you have everything, but really you have nothing? What do you do when you have everything, but you have nothing? That's my life. I don't know. I guess somebody was disciplined their child. I don't know. That little kid was screaming like crazy. That's my life, you guys. What do you do when you have everything and but you have nothing? Got all the material shit you ever wanted. You deal with all the people you never thought that you ever be able to work with in your life. You got some of the coolest friends in the world. God's put very successful people around you, but then you really don't have nothing. It's a shell. Got all the physical shit you want, all the materialistic stuff you want, yeah, but you don't really have nothing. What do you do with that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys, what do you do when you have everything you want? All the materialistic shit you ever thought you would never have, right? And you finally got it. All the goals that you thought that you were gonna reach, all the things you wanted to share with everybody in your life from when you were young, and you told them that you were gonna do all these great things, and you do it, and you do it. Then you realize shit meant nothing. Yeah. What do you do? Can any of you guys relate to what I'm saying? You didn't come from a silver spoon. You didn't come from a family with a whole bunch of money. You watched your mother struggle to raise kids as a single woman. You didn't have a father in your life until you were a grown man. Your relationship with your father wasn't there. And then you start achieving all these things you never thought you would, against all the odds, against all the odds as a black man, against all the odds coming from a somewhat broken family, and you succeed only to realize none of that fucking shit even mattered. It's crazy, man. None of it even mattered. And you wonder why. Then you go, what was the person working for? What was I working for? Why was I working so hard? Was I working for myself? Or was I really working to please other people, to show them that I can do this? Because they didn't give a fuck. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Except for your mom. That's the only person that cares, y'all. You see, we all fight with our brothers and sisters. And some of us got those family members that pretend like they want to see you succeed and they don't. And in my life, it's like my brothers growing up wanted to destroy me before I could even become somebody. So it hurts me even more because I can't have a conversation with my brother as he's at the end of his life. There's questions that I have for him. Why did you want to see me destroyed? Why would you want to see me destroyed at such a young age? Why were you teaching me bad things to be a bad person? Why were you teaching me how to use a pow pow? Why are you teaching me how to hurt people? Why were you trying to destroy me before I could even be successful? Why? Why was that? Why? I think about that, you guys, every single day. I think about my older brothers. I think about all the things that I've been through, and I see how life is about blinders. And you literally have to keep your blinders on, and you have to operate with a forward motion spirit, and don't look to the left and don't look to the right. That's what saved me, you guys. Some people want to say, well, God protected me. No, God gives you free will. God was there, but it was up to me to make the decision. He gave me free will to say, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go that way, when I knew that my brothers were trying to destroy me. See, it's different. It's a difference when you don't really know. But when your brothers tell you you're going to be just like us, well, clearly my brothers were making a statement that they were trying to destroy me at an early age, to turn me into somebody that would have never had a fair chance at being somebody. And it hurts to still know that my brother is at the end of his life. But these are the things that cross my mind, man. I'm dealing with a lot of emotions here. And did it even really matter that I was successful? Because it's not like anybody calls me and congratulates me. I don't get none of my family members calling me saying, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of everything I watch you do, nephew, little brother, cousin. One of my cousins, he's awesome, man. I remember he actually came on my live, and I don't know, some of you guys were in my live, and he said, "This is your cousin," and I said, and he said his name, it's Jamal. I said, "Oh man, cousin," I said, "Man, look, send me your number." He never sent his number, you guys. I don't know why. I just know sometimes when you're on a successful path in your life, sometimes it doesn't mean the family's gonna go with you. I just know when you're on a successful direction, you're trying to do better. There's some people, family and friends, that try to destroy you before you can even be successful. That was my story. That was my story, you guys. Yeah, man. That was my story. My brothers told me that I'm going to be just like them, doing drugs out in the street, beating people up, hurting people. They told me this. They told me this. When I was younger, one of our brothers tried to force, I thought it was cocaine. I don't know if to this day if it was cocaine or speed, but he had chopped it up. He had put it on the table. Now, this is not the brother that's in prison. This is my other brother. And I came in and I saw him doing this. And I said, "What are you doing?" "I'm telling mom." He said, "You ain't telling shit. Come here." I went over where he was. He said, "Right here." I sat next to him. He tried to put it in my nose. He held my head and I moved away. And to this day, I asked him, one day I asked him, I had somebody on the phone with me. I said, "Man, why did you try to make me do that? Why were you trying to?" You know what he said to me, you guys? "I was trying to make you be different than we were." What a fucking way to make a kid, a young person, be that way by making them do that shit. Do you know what that shit could have done to me? At a young age, I think I was 11 years old, 10 or 11, when he did that to me. He grabbed my head. I think it was cocaine. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And he pushed my head down to the table, was trying to force and grabbed it and put it up to my nose. I'll never forget that shit. Yeah. My oldest brother, Nathaniel was his name. He was the only one out of all my brothers that spent time with me. He's the one that got me into boxing. He's the one that got me into fighting. Well, he got me into boxing. My aunt put me into martial arts. But my older brother is the only one, the world champion, that he was different, man. He was into the women now, don't get me wrong. He loved the women now. He had many, 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 many women. That's the one that had the 35 kids. But he spent time with me. Not a lot of time. He got me into boxing, and that changed me. The boxing changed me. I'd already been doing music. My aunt had me in band at a very young age. I started playing drums at 6, 7 years old in church. Um, but my older brother got me into boxing, and then who became my big brother? Who would take me to the park? Who would take me to do things that big brothers do? My aunt put me on the Big Brother, Big Sister program, and my big brother, out of all the brothers I had, real brothers, I had a brother named Matt. It was a white guy. My aunt put me on the Big Brother, Big Sister program, and this nicest white guy in the world, man, his name was Matt. I wish I could find this man to this day, man. Matt has to be in his maybe 60s now, I'm thinking. Maybe 60s. Yeah. Nicest guy in the world, man. Matt would take me to the Ozarks, camping, hiking. Him and his girlfriend would pick me up on the weekends. And then my brothers would antagonize him. When I would be at my mom's house and he would have to come to my mom's to the projects to pick me up, my brothers would antagonize him when they weren't spending no time with me. They were bothered that I was on a Big Brother, Big Sister program, and my big brother was a white guy named Matt who would pick me up. And that guy changed my life, man. He changed the way I thought about people. He changed the way I saw the world. He changed the way I saw the world as a person. Imagine a young black kid and he's got a white guy that becomes his big brother. He changed the way I thought. He changed the way that I saw people, how I interacted with people. Yeah. And then my aunt put me in the Cub Scouts. And I was in the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts. She did whatever she had to keep me, my mind focused, because she knew how my brothers were. And she knew that I would be at my mom's on the weekends because she had to drop me off. So she did everything she could to make sure I didn't get drugged into the personalities like they had. She did a hell of a job. I give her credit. But my free will allowed me to follow the free will God gave me. I had a choice that I could have been very fucked up, y'all. I could have been fucked up, y'all. I could have went the bad route and I didn't. The odds were against me. I want all the young people that are coming through my channel tonight to understand what I'm saying. Because some of you guys are going through the same shit that I'm telling you guys about, that I went through. Some young person, 18, 17, 16, is going through exactly what I went through. And I'm letting you know, you have free will. It doesn't matter about your influence around you. You have a choice. You have a choice. You don't have to be like your family member. You don't have to be like your friend. You still have free will. God gave you the free will to choose your direction. It hurts for me to see my brother possibly dying as a prisoner, but he had free will. And his free will, he chose, he chose the wrong direction as his free will choice. And it hurts. It hurts that he didn't give his self a chance, y'all. He fucked up all his life. And now he's gonna die as a prisoner. Even though he'll be free, he died as a prisoner. That shit bothers me. Because he's a smart guy, man. All my brothers are super intelligent. All of them. Yeah. He used his free will in the wrong way. He used his free will in the wrong way. That's all it is, y'all. That's all it is. He used his free will in the wrong way. He chose the way that he thought was cool. He chose the way the drugs told him to go. He chose the way that he felt like was the coolest route. I'm gonna be cool, man. I'm gonna do it this way because it's cool. It's not always drugs. Sometimes it's just people try to please other people. Some simple shit as that. You'd be surprised, man. You would be surprised. Sometimes it's something as simple as people trying to please somebody else and get the fuck caught up. When my brother got caught up and he killed that person, he was trying to please somebody else. He didn't do that shit because he wanted to. I've talked to him 100 times about it. He was trying to please somebody else, a woman. He was trying to please a woman and he got himself caught up. Free will is a motherfucker, man, because it's so free that people don't use it. They don't use it the correct way. It's so free, you guys, that people look over it and look at it the wrong way. They don't even pay attention to it. They don't even realize they're sitting in the luxury of free will. Make the right decision. You only get one choice, man. You get one choice. Free will, you don't get two. If I'm driving a car right now and something tells me my free will says you can't pull out in front of those cars, man. Not when the light is red, but with the free will, I go, I'm going to pull out anyway. And I pull out in that traffic and I get smashed up by 4 and 5 different cars. I use my free will in the wrong way. I can't undo what my older brother did. I can't undo it, y'all. He can't even undo it. All he can do now is prepare himself for whatever the next thing's going to be and give his life to God, man, at this moment. That's all he can do. Because his chance for his free will, he fucked it up a long time ago. When he made one decision against the righteous element of his free will, he went the opposite way. And now these are the results. He'll die as a prisoner, not even as a free man. Now, metaphorically speaking, when a person passes away, their spirit is free. But that physical body that he was once in was still in shackles, and that will be forever cemented in stone. That's not pun, no pun intended. You said we got a whole lot of people, a whole lot of motherfuckers using their free will in the wrong way, man. Right now, there's somebody about to make a fucked up decision that's about to change their life in the worst way, and they don't understand that God gave them free will. And some people say, "Well, God will make sure, and God, and God is good, and God, yeah, but God gave you free will. He gonna sit back and let you make the right or wrong decision because He gave you the free will. So make the right decision, because that decision will be your only decision. So you got to live with whatever decision you make. My brother's been living with that decision 2 decades now. Locked up. Locked up. The world has changed drastically for him. It's not even the same world when he went in at year 2000. The world is not even the same way it was when he went in. He don't know shit about computers and operating and the technology and AI. He don't know nothing about none of that shit. And he will die in a time warp. He will die the same way he went in because he made one decision that day when his mind told him what he was about to do was not right. He knew it wasn't right, and he still did it to please other people. He didn't do it for himself. That's the fucked up part about it. That's the crazy, and this is the craziest part about free will. It's so free that we use it the wrong way, and we don't even think consciously about it because we're thinking about right and wrong more than free will. Because if you look at the free will, you go, listen, God gave you the free will to go fuck up. He gave you the free will to just go and, hey, it's on you. You do wrong, that's on you. You got to suffer the con. I'm God. You know it ain't right. So I give you free will, sir. What do you do when you have everything and you have nothing? I'm still waiting for an answer. What do you do when you have everything and you still have nothing? It's a fucked up place to be. And how many people find their true purpose or why they even here on this earth, you guys? How many people find their true purpose as to why they're even here? How many people say, I figured it out, y'all. I know why I'm here. Let me go do it. Let me go do all the things that I was sent here to do. Most of us don't even pay attention to why we really here. What we were put here for. We don't even pay attention to the signs. We just get up in the morning and think we in control of shit. We think because we got money, we good. We think because we got a good looking woman, we good. Good looking car, house. We think we good, y'all. We think we good, right? We think we all right. Are we good? We all right. Until you realize you're not. Until you realize everything you work for is fucking bullshit. That's just a facade. It's just for other people. It's not even for yourself. You ain't doing it for yourself. Most people not even working in their own, they're not even operating in their own capacity for themselves. They're doing everything for somebody else to make them happy. And then you wake up and you realize that you spent 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, 25 years doing shit for everybody else. And then you feel like somebody played you. You feel played. You feel like somebody hustled you. Hey, these Korean folks funny as shit. So now I've known these Korean people like when they built this house, right? I was here every day. Really nice lady, right? But it's funny because usually she keeps her shades open to her balcony. But I'm sitting out here and she's usually really nice. But I guess she say, I don't want the nigga looking in my window. No nigga. No nigga in my window. No nigga looking in my let me quit it. I got Korean friends, but I'm just saying. I just thought it was funny. I had to tell that joke in the middle of my seriousness. She closed that mother them blinds quick as shit. She usually never do. I just kind of waved, right? Anyway, on a serious note, most of us never figure out why we here, y'all. Most of us never figure out why what our real purpose is, what God put us here for. Most of us don't. I know why I'm here, but I will tell you one thing. I know that I worked so hard in my life and I thought that it was gonna mean something, and it really don't mean shit, especially not to my family. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck what I've accomplished. They don't care what I've done. I had to come to a realization of that my family, I'm more of a spectacle for my family, y'all. Real shit. I'm a ooh ah factor. Wow. Ooh, wow. He did that? Oh, cool. Wow. And it ends right there. It don't end with a phone call like, I'm proud of you. When I graduated, high school, college, no, my family wasn't there. It was like, good, cool. I'm more of a spectacle. Like, oh, that's great. Yeah. It's not like, damn, you went and really did some shit. So then that's when I woke up and realized everything I worked for didn't mean shit because I realized that's why I say what I just said. I was only doing it for them. I wasn't doing this shit for me. And somehow I feel like my older brother feels a little bit like that too. The way he was because he's trying to please my other brothers. And he got caught up. He wasn't doing it for himself. He was doing it to please them. And he got caught up in the game just like I would have had I done what they wanted me to do. I would have been a spectacle with that shit. I would have done it only for them and could possibly been in the same position he's in right now because I was trying to please my brothers, try to please my family, be successful to please them. I didn't do this shit for myself, y'all. I didn't know. I was a kid. I didn't know what I wanted to be until somebody said, this is what you're going to be. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to put you in this. And then I wanted to do it because I felt like, oh, okay, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. You don't know when you're a kid. And then you do it and you accomplish shit. And then it don't even fucking mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Which is why I'm thankful for when people enjoy my music. That's the only thing I have. guys understand. I want you to understand the feeling of knowing the only appreciation you get from anybody is the people that love what you do musically. So then I had to accept that everything I did was not for myself. I had to accept that everything I've accomplished, I was doing it for other people. And the only time I was going to ever feel good about anything I've done was going to be accepting the people that enjoyed what I did, my fans, the people that buy my music. Those are the people that really respect and love what I do, not my family. I did it for my family. They don't give a fuck. The real people that enjoy what I do are the people that buy my records. That's the reason that I shifted my whole energy and I started making my life about the people that appreciated me and not the people that's never appreciated me. And I say all this to say that I know my brother feels that way because he did everything he did to make other people happy and he ended up in prison because of that. Yeah. Before my father passed away, he wanted me to know my brothers and sisters on his side. And he was very, I didn't get to know my father until I was, let me see, 2003. I think I was 33 years old. Yeah. That's when I got to really get to know my father. He wanted me to get to know my brothers and sisters. And I reached out to them, you guys. I reached out to them, and the response was very negative. They didn't want to talk to me. They didn't call me back the first time. They didn't even call me back, man. No call back, no nothing. Right? No call back. No return phone call. I left messages all chipper. Hey, this is Stone. I'm your father's oldest son, oldest child. Hey, it's your big brother. Call me, man. I'm really looking forward to speaking with you. My dad told me to reach out to you. No call back. That was the first 2 years. Second 2 years, I tried it again. I get one call back from one of the sisters, and she was all happy to hear from me. And I say to her, I tried to reach you guys 2 years ago. She said, really? Who did you call? I said, well, I had a list of names. Her name was in that list. She said, I don't remember getting it because I would have called you back. I said, yeah, I didn't hear from nobody. Right? She gives me the number to one of the other sisters. I call her excited. She talked to me for 2 days and then she asked me to pay her power bill. She talked to me for 2 days, you guys, and she asked me to pay her power bill. That's what she thought of me. I was a guy that was going to pay her bill. That's what she wanted to use me for. And when I said to her, I just met you. I said, are you serious? I just met you. I didn't get to know you and you're asking me to pay. Well, you got a choice to pay it or what. It don't even matter. That was her attitude towards me. So I didn't speak to her. I spoke to another one. She told me her roof on her house had been messed up by a storm. And the way she was talking to me, I could tell she wanted me to pay it. That phone call ended like that too. I hit the other ones up. I hit one of the brothers up. He gave me a warm welcome. He's one of the ones that went to prison. He gave me a warm welcome. Called me. He was cool. But he just went to prison literally right after my dad died a couple years ago. He unlived somebody. So there goes that relationship. I actually need to get in touch with him and check on him, right? I don't know. I think he got life in prison. Um, the other brother, I got his information. He didn't really talk to me. And one of the other brothers didn't talk to me. And the rest of the sisters didn't talk to me. And when my father died, they made a threat to me. They said, he's not your father. They say, dig your mom up and bring her to the funeral, bring proof. This is what they said to me. And they told me some other things was gonna happen if I showed up to the funeral. So I didn't even get to go to my father's funeral, you guys. I just want you to know that because there was threats made to me if I showed up. Real story once again. Sounds crazy as fuck, doesn't it? Real story. So I couldn't get to know them. One of the sisters, the one I told you that she talked to me and gave me other numbers. She came to Vegas and her and her husband and her daughter, they came to visit me. And it was a crying festival. She was so happy to see me. She talked about how my dad always talked about me. She said, "You look just like dad. Oh my God, you look like him more than anybody. You're the only one that looks like him." Right? She leaves. My father dies. She doesn't keep in touch with me. I told her what the other one said to me when he died. I don't know if she had to pick and choose a side, but after my father died, I haven't spoken to her since then. Crazy shit, right? My father had very strict instructions when he passed away. He didn't want nobody to know he was dead, gone. Those are his instructions. He didn't want nobody to know. He said he told them to bury him. Only person he wanted to know was me. He didn't want nobody to know that he was gone. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I need a little. Oh, you might. Let me give you the bowl. Yeah, but this will keep me warm. No, I'm good. Thank you. Got me some warm tea, you guys. I guess there are people that do care about me, right? So she didn't speak to me after my father passed away, and I was hurt because when she came to visit me, it just seemed so warming, right? Now, recently, she's been sending me messages through Instagram. I want you guys to know I've been in Vegas since 1991. The whole time I've been here, none of my family members have been here to visit me, you guys. I'm telling y'all some real shit. They'll see me on TV. Oh, they'll call. I'm the cousin and uncle and the brother when they see me on TV. When they see me on an event or anything that I show up on TV or some shit that happens and I'm on a TV or something, right? Now I'm the uncle, I'm the brother, I'm the cousin. Nobody has come to Vegas to visit me. Thank you. I'm back in effect again, you guys. No one. I'm not making this up. I've been in Vegas since 1991. Nobody's come to visit me. How does it feel to have everything and have nothing? Now y'all see why I say that. With this happening with my brother made me reflect on a lot of stuff, you guys. How does it feel to have everything and have nothing? True story. I've been here since 1991. When I do get calls from my brothers, it's usually to borrow money to pay a bill. It's never how you doing, are you alive? When I came to Vegas, when I was younger, waiting for these record companies to renew my contracts, I went through struggles, y'all. Nobody checked on me. When I was sleeping on people's couches, how does it feel to have everything and have nothing? How does it feel to have everything and have nothing? Y'all probably think Stone get a little bit too emotional. Stone gets on it and get it all emotional and shooken up. I can't help the real. I'm just only telling you my life. And I'm not telling you my life to make you feel sorry for me. I'm telling you what I've been through because maybe it'll help somebody else that's going through and that's been through so that they understand it's okay. Because there's some people that have nothing and they're happy as fuck. This is the real analogy of the shit. There's some people that have nothing and they're fucking happy. And there's some people that's got everything and they're fucking miserable. So I say to you again, how does it feel to have everything and have nothing? Because that's how I feel. And I felt like this a long time. And I didn't realize why I felt the way I felt until I woke up and realized that everything I've done, I didn't do it for me. I did it to make my family happy. And it didn't even matter. And it doesn't matter to this day. None of these motherfuckers been here to visit me. Nobody come to visit me. I just don't get it. Like I said, I had my sister on my dad's side come, and as soon as he died, she stopped talking to me. I don't even fucking know what that was about. I sacrificed my whole life to be righteous, you guys, to do all the things that my mom wanted me to do. Because I didn't have a father in my life. I was raised by women. What my aunt wanted me to do. Did everything right, y'all. Went to school, did right, was a good kid. Of course, my brothers had me caught up in some fucked up shit here and there that could have caused me to go to prison at an early age. But my free will put me in a position to know that I need to be careful with my own brothers. To come out of all that and be successful. And it not even fucking matter to nobody. I didn't care about it. You guys think I really cared about accomplishing the goal? I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to see my family smile. I remember when, before my mom passed away, probably 3 years before she passed, in 2001, I brought my mom to Vegas. I flew her here, right? When I was young, I said every Sunday after church, my mom, my stepdad had this truck, and all the kids would get in the back of the truck, and we would drive out to the lake. And out by the lake were all the beautiful houses, big yards, swimming pools, people having fun. You could hear them in their yards having fun and swimming pools. And I used to tell my mom, I said, Mom, one day I'm going to get a house, a big house, swimming pool, and I'm going to bring you to my house to live. Well, that day came true. And I flew my mom to Vegas. I wish I had the photo album right here. I'll show you. First thing she wanted to do, she wanted to go to the mountains. So I took her to the mountains and she walked and she walked and she walked so far that I got worried because I could see she was a small speck. That's how far she had walked through that desert. She was trying to go to that mountain. And she stood there, you guys, and she held her hand up to the sky and she was talking to God. I got a picture of that. I have a picture of that. I took a picture of her doing that. And then I took her to my house. And the first thing she did, she had said something to me. She had a dream that there was a pond in my backyard. My mom used to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I used to hate when she called me, but that was the time she'd wake me up. She'd be praying and tearing. She called me at 2 in the morning. And she said, I see a swimming pool in your backyard. Oh, no, she said, I see a pond in your backyard. I said, I don't have no pond in my backyard. But I never told her at that time when I was building that house that I was putting a swimming pool in it. I didn't tell her. But she threw me off with puns. So it never dawned on me that the pool, right? So as soon as I flew her to Vegas, like I said, everything I did was for my family. It wasn't for me. As soon as she came in the house, she dropped her bag. She went straight to the back door. And my ex-wife looked at me, and I looked at her. She said, "What's she doing?" I said, she's going to see if that pond is in the back. She said, "Pond?" I said, "It's a long story." She goes to the back. She said, "I told you I saw water in the backyard." I said, "No, Mom, you told me you saw a pond." But it was amazing that she saw water in my backyard. She just couldn't make out what it was. And she would, every morning I would wake up. She stayed with me for a month. And me and my ex-wife went and bought her a house. And I said, "Mom, I want you to stay here with me in Vegas and bring Poppy here." She said, "No, Poppy's not going to come." And I said, "Well, we got a surprise for her." We drove around the corner and showed her the house that we had gotten for her that they were still building. And she didn't want to leave Illinois because she didn't want to leave Poppy. I said, "Just bring him here." She said, "He's not going to get on an airplane." I said, "Well, just drive here." But long story short, she didn't want to come. Every morning, my mom would wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. She's outside by the pool, by the waterfall. I had a waterfall that flowed into my pool. She would be standing by the waterfall watching the sun come up, and she would be praying loud, so loud that some of my neighbors called me and they would say, "Hey man, your mom gets up every morning. What's going on? She's outside real loud." I said, "She's praying. Don't worry, you'll be okay. You're fine." My white neighbors was all worried. I said, "That's my mom. She's an evangelist. That's what she does. She prays. I hope it doesn't bother you." When they realized she was praying, they never said nothing else. She did that every single morning that she stayed with me the whole month. But she did that all the time. But when she stayed with me, she did that the whole month, right? I only did everything I did everything I did for my family. I didn't do it for myself, you guys. I didn't care about none of this material shit. I never cared. I only did it because I thought that it would make my family proud that I'm accomplishing these things for them. I never did it for myself. My drive was never for me. It was never for me. And I didn't realize that until after I got older and I started to see there was no appreciation for all the things that I had accomplished because my family wasn't telling me, "You did a great job." They weren't telling me, I'm proud of you." They weren't telling me, you guys. And that's when I started to realize they weren't visiting me. It became a jealous thing. It became everything I had done turned into a jealous thing where I'm thinking I'm doing this to make them happy, and it turned into making them jealous of me. And that shit hurt so bad. And that's when I realized it didn't matter. I did not, all the shit that I worked for them, it didn't even matter no more. I didn't even care about it no more. And it seemed like the more I didn't care about it, you guys, the more success I started to have in my life. The more I stopped caring about it, it's like shit just started working out. When I didn't even care about it working out no more, more opportunity and successful opportunities and things started to happen. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care if it works or not. And the more I said that, after I figured out that they didn't care and it was just more of a jealous thing, because that's what it was. How do you explain that you've worked so hard for your family and you've accomplished these things? They don't even give a fuck. None of my family members could sing you one of my songs from start to finish. They couldn't even tell you. Name one of your uncle's songs. Name one of your brother's songs. Uh. So I worked so hard to please them. It didn't matter. And it still doesn't matter. So I stopped. And I finally started doing shit for me. I finally started doing for me. I stopped caring about making my family happy because they don't care. Why am I saying this? Because I figured out that my brother that's in prison, I think he finally woke up and figured out he was only doing what he was doing to make my other brothers happy. And he got caught up and ended up killing somebody going to prison. And now he woke up and realized he did all that for other people. He didn't do that for himself. My brothers are geniuses, smart but dumb, very smart but did dumb shit. I was a victim of that too. I could have been a worse victim of it had I followed what they were doing, what they wanted me to do. But instead, I chose to be successful and follow in the footsteps of what God gave me to do, which was music. Thinking I'm gonna make my family happy. Boy, I was like, yeah, everybody gonna be happy. They're gonna be proud of me. They're gonna be, they're gonna be, oh, you did a great shit. You think anybody that told me I've done a great job through the years? They see me on TV, they pick at me with the shit that they feel like I should or shouldn't be doing. Or they ask me, where's my money? Where my money at? Give me some money. Or they will pick at the shit that they see me do, or whatever the case may be. They'll find a reason to fuck with me about it, right? It won't be nothing positive. It hasn't been. So I finally woke up and realized I worked all these years for fucking really nothing. So I didn't care about doing it for me. I was doing it for them. And it just didn't work out the way I thought. Nobody's been happy for me. It's really been a jealousy shit. I don't know, man. Just this whole thing with my brother on his last days has brought this out of me, and it's made me think. I probably wouldn't have thought about this right now, but my brother being on his dying bed just brought all this out of me. He could he could be passing away right as I'm speaking. He could live another year, but they're saying he's not going to leave that hospital. That's what they told us. So I'll say again to you guys, what does it feel like to have everything and to have nothing? That's where I'm at. What does it feel like to have everything and to have nothing? Physically, you have everything, and spiritually, you have nothing, because all you wanted was the love of your family, right? And you don't have that, so it feels like your guts are ripped out, and then all that material shit don't mean nothing until you pass away. Then they trying to figure out what they coming to take and what they get when they ain't gave a fuck while you was here. I want you to imagine this for a moment. My brother's on his dying bed right now. He told my sister today. My sister called me. He told my sister all the people he did not want to see. He said, don't trust this person. He told his daughter, his new daughter, don't trust that person, don't trust that person. Here's a man that's dying, who's in prison, who the prison just moved him to a hospital so that he can pretty much die there. And you know the prison ain't trying to spend no money to keep him alive. But he told my sister today, she called me, of all the people in my family that he doesn't trust. Here's a man that's in prison who's dying in the hospital. Imagine he's on his deathbed, but he's thinking about all the people he don't trust. That shit had me fucked up, man. That's what made me really open my eyes and go, damn, man. Nobody really gave a fuck, man. And you guys wonder why a lot of celebrities are on drugs, why they become alcoholics, why do y'all really want to know? This kind of shit, escapism. But see, I'm stronger than that. But a lot of people are not. So to get away from this shit, they decide to drink. They decide to do drugs because it's escapism, to escape the reality of the shit that keeps playing in our head. The fact that you really don't have nobody to love you, and nobody that's really there, nobody really supports you. So then you accomplish all this shit. Then you realize it don't mean a fucking goddamn thing. It don't mean nothing until you die, until they come to try to take it. The same family that didn't give a fuck is the same ones that's coming to take it when you leave this earth. That's why celebrities medicate themselves. That's why people in this entertainment business medicate themselves. They come up with these weird ass aphrodisiacs to operate by. That shit is escapism. That P Diddy shit was escapism. I'm trying to tell y'all some shit. That shit was escapism. There was some other shit that went on in his life, and he replaced it with that shit to try to take his mind away from it. I could have done the same thing. I could have started doing coke and smoking every day and doing coke and shit to get away from the shit that I felt like bothered me. But nobody really being there and really caring enough for me like I thought. I could have done the same shit. Hmm. Shit is dangerous, man. This entertainment industry and life in general. You don't have to be in the entertainment industry to go through this shit. Everyday people go through this shit. And just magnify it by 40 when you're in the entertainment business because you believe that really what you're doing is going to make people happy until you find out it fucking doesn't matter. The psychology of success. The psychology of success don't mean shit. It's a psychological fuck. Because you really believe that that shit means something and it doesn't mean a goddamn thing, man. Do you know how many celebrities I've sat on the phone and cried with? Do you know how many celebrities I've sat on the phone and cried with? Listen, when you guys see Tyrese crying, I want y'all to know something. That's why I know Tyrese. But when I see him crying, I already know what's up. Y'all don't understand. He thought the same shit. He thought that all the success and was gonna make his family happy. And then he got all that and beyond his wildest dreams. And then he realized it didn't change fucking nothing. So when you see him crying, don't make fun of him. When you see Tyrese crying, he done been through, y'all. He thought that being successful was going to make everybody happy. He would be able to please everybody, and he figured out that he couldn't. He finally woke up and realized, damn, this shit don't even make nobody happy. The more I give, the more they want. I got jealous family members now. People jealous, hating on me now. I was doing better when I didn't have this shit. I was doing better when I had none of this. I know his tears when he cries. I already know what's up. That's why I support him. I already know what's up, man. See, a lot of celebrities ain't gonna tell you that. Most celebrities just gonna fuel themselves with drugs and alcohol and parties to escape the real shit because they thought it was gonna be different on the other side, and they realize it's boring as fuck, and it's very unhappy. It's an unhappy place because the real truth is When you get everything, you think you really got it. Then you start to realize you can't trust people because you start to feel like you can't trust people because you start to feel like everybody's using you. It's a fucking psychological fucked up place to be. You already thought that doing it for your family was going to make them happy, and when you figure out that don't work, then you start not trusting nobody. I know some celebrity friends of mine, they don't trust fucking nobody. Sometimes it seem like they don't even trust me because this business will do that shit to you. Because all you're looking for is the trust of your family. All you're looking for is the love of your family. And when you don't get that, then you start not to trust nobody around you. Even if they're working for you, you kind of still don't trust them. And you turn to the drugs and alcohol as your comfort and your escapism. And then all of a sudden you look up and somebody done overdosed on that shit. It's a lonely place, y'all. What good is it to have everything and have nothing? That's why I said what I'm saying. That should be the subject of this, what I'm talking about. I'm gonna change, I'm gonna add the title. What good is it to have everything and have nothing? Because that's the real reality. Take an average person. They don't have to be in the entertainment industry. They work hard, graduated, went to college, got a degree, became an attorney, or whatever you want them to be, and they're successful. And they're like, I did it for mom and dad. I did it for the family. And now that same family don't really have love for them. The cousins are jealous. The brothers and sisters become jealous. Of course, the mom and dad, they're happy. They get perks with that shit. But the rest of the family's not happy. All because of the sake of jealousy. And it makes you go, why even work for this shit if it's going to end up that way? Might as well just keep everything normal. Because if you become better positioned than some of your family members, and if you could foresee that, man, if I become, let me fast forward to the future. Oh shit, they're jealous of me now. Let me go back and undo that shit. Then it makes you not even want to work hard for the shit, for anything. Because you're like, why? Makes me feel like I should have just gave up on all the shit I was doing years ago. Too late now. I've already done it all. All I can do now is just deal with the shit the way it is. I've I've literally created an extended family around me because I don't really deal with my family like that. My aunt raised me anyway, and I don't know if there's a stigmatism. I try to figure out if the reason why my family is the way with me the way they are is because my aunt raised me. My aunt raised me. So when my aunt would bring me to my mom's house on the weekends, my brothers would call me white boy. They said, "What's up, white boy? You been playing golf?" It's always some weird shit, man. You know, they're playing golf. It was always everything was always weird. And I was a kid then. I was 7, 6, 8, and they used to say that shit, man. That shit was weird, man. But that's what they would say to me. They would pick at me. Real story, y'all. I'm not making this up. Y'all probably like Stone is then got on here and lost his mind. No, you guys. I'm just being very transparent. Y'all know I don't. I I I will get on here and say stuff, but everything I say is always deep. But I don't always go this deep in sharing certain information about myself. But my brother is in the hospital dying, and this brought up a whole bunch of different things, man, in my life, and it just made me reflect on my life. My family has not been here for me. I didn't. It didn't matter all the shit I accomplished. They've never said we're proud of you. They've never said I'm so happy for you. When my mom came to visit me and she went back with video footage of my house and the swimming pool and the granted, all the celebrities used to come to Vegas. I had one of the first state-of-the-art recording studios in my home. Corrupt, Badass, Snoop, all of them used to come and record in Vegas at my house. D Shotty, 40's brother, Skip Martin from the Daz Band. So when my mom went back with the video footage, she spent Christmas with me, Thanksgiving and Christmas with me, right? I have the footage, bought her presents, got video of her opening her presents. I gave her the video. I should have kept that shit. I don't even have a copy of that video. Somebody has it. I gave it to her. She took it back home. I should have just made her a copy of it. She was proud of me. My mom was so proud of me. That was the only person in my family who was proud of me. She went back home bragging. And that just created so much negative for me again. And they really didn't like me. When my mom went back home bragging about all the things I accomplished, how proud she was of me, she told the whole church. My sister told me she went to church. She testified, got up, told everybody in the church about me, about what I had accomplished. But my brothers and sisters weren't happy for me. Nobody had nothing good to say. My cousins weren't happy for me. That broke my heart, man. That broke my heart. So my brother being on his dying bed right now, on his last days, made me reflect on all this stuff I'm talking about and how we work so hard for our families, and sometimes we don't get that love back. We don't get the I'm proud of you. We don't get the things that we should get back. We don't. Should we give up? Should we not do it anymore? What if you've already accomplished it like I did? Now you're stuck. That's why I said, what good is it to have everything and you have nothing? Listen to me. I've 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 accomplished things I never thought I would in my life. Listen, if you had told me in 1985, at 15 years old, you'd have told me in the future you're gonna have 47 top five and top 100 charting records around the world, and a couple Billboard albums, and you're gonna be under your own company. If you'd have told me that, I would have said, "Really? Oh, I don't know, Sarah. I don't know about that." I wouldn't even have believed it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I've toured all over the world, you guys. I've worked with so many people that I never thought. Joe Jackson was like an uncle to me. I used to dream of being signed to Joe Jackson's company. Joe became like an uncle to me. I know Jackie Jackson. He signed my little cousin to the. I done worked with so many people I never thought I'd ever work with. Written, produced, toured, or opened up for them, or I'm close friends with them. Not because I tried to become close to them, because it just ended up that way, because God put me in that position. Meanwhile, I'm thinking that all these things were going to be for the good of my family. And I didn't even think it was going to happen. So, can you imagine not knowing what your future is going to be like, and you're at ground zero? You're nowhere right now. And you don't even imagine that in the future you're going to be in these incredible positions. That was me. I didn't even realize it would ever happen. I just walked in my faith and those things happen. And I always stayed ready for opportunity. I stayed ready. So when the opportunity came, I was prepared and thinking about my family the whole time. How much money I was going to make to give my family, a big house I was going to build for my whole family to come and live in. The same family that I really didn't grow up with. I was raised by my aunt. That's why I said I wonder if the jealousy was because my aunt raised me and I didn't live with my family. I lived with my aunt, and I was the only one that lived with my aunt. My aunt adopted me. So sometimes I wouldn't go to my mom's, but when I would go, it'd be on the weekends. So I wonder if that's where the jealousy happened. I wonder, because I think about it all the time, because even to this day, nobody thinks enough to pick up the phone and even call me until somebody's about to die, like now. That has to be it. Because there's no way you could have a brother or sister that has the same blood running through their vein. Even I don't care. I got a different dad than everybody, but still, half of my blood is in their veins, right? So you only call me when you need something, but you never call me to check on me. That don't really make no sense. So it's hard for me not to believe that because my aunt raised me, it created a separation at an early age because I wasn't around them that much. And I really believe that's where the separation happened. I really believe that's where the separation happened. They don't feel connected to me, you guys. My family don't feel connected. I want you to say something. You can have 4 kids. Take one of your kids away, right? Take one of your kids away from those 4 kids. Leave them with 3. Leave 3 at one house and let that one come every once in a while. And there's going to be a jealousy between those 3 and that one. And it's going to last forever unless they sit down and have a conversation about why they're that way. Because obviously they might think that that child is better than they are. And they live with that spirit. Like, oh, they think he better because he live over there. And that's the way it's been all my life, you guys. I was raised by my aunt. I lived by myself with my aunt. I was a latchkey kid, and I saw my brothers and sisters sometimes on the weekends, sometimes not. I lived in a middle class neighborhood, middle upper class with my aunt. My brothers and sisters lived in the ghetto, the projects. So can you imagine that dynamic? It created a jealousy that to this day is evident. To this day, it's still evident. I still deal with it to this day. That same thing. I still deal with that jealousy to this day. And I really believe that's probably the real reason I have the issue I have. I believe that is the reason I have that issue. I don't think it's anything else. I really think it stemmed from that when we were younger in the 70s and me being raised by my aunt and me not being around them every day. And then when I would come, because when I would come, my brothers would tell me, "Oh, you've been playing golf? What's up, white boy? You been playing golf, white boy?" That's the name they gave me when I was young. My older brothers, same ones that try to get me caught up in this stuff as I got older. They try to destroy me. So I believe that's the reason there is a separation there. It can't be nothing else. It can't be. It can't be nothing else. I was a kid. What else could it be? I spent my adult life was not spent around my brothers and sisters. I was going to college and going away working for record labels. All that shit happened in my younger years, in the 70s and shit. And when I graduated, I was gone. I never went back home. So it has to be that. That's the only thing it could be, you guys. But I just don't understand why keep it going. Like why? Why only call me when somebody's getting ready to die? Why not call me and keep in touch with me? For the longest, I used to call them and check on all them, right? And when I realized, I said, damn, they don't even call me and ask how I'm doing. I said, fuck that. I stopped calling people. I stopped checking on people. Why? And you know what really broke my heart? Let me tell you what happened recently. So my aunt sent me pictures, right? Well, now I take things with my aunt very personal because she raised me. So I take everything with her very personal. She was like my mom, even though she wasn't. She was my aunt, but she literally adopted me. So she sends me a picture of, of somebody, and I'm looking at the pictures on her fireplace. This is the woman that raised me. So I zoomed in. I'm looking for myself right on the fireplace. I'm zooming in. I'm like, I just know I'm on the fireplace. I'm looking at, her daughter. Well, I'm looking at her real son because for the longest they told her she couldn't have kids. That's why she adopted me. But she had a miracle son. That's my cousin that owns a record label in Texas. That's the one that's got the number one record label out of Texas, right? So she ended up having him. That was a miracle child. So I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in, trying to see if I see a picture of myself. It ain't no fucking picture of me. So I asked her, I said, is this your house or whose house is this? She said, why? I said, I'm just wondering because I'm looking at the fireplace. She said, that's my house, boy. And I said, okay. I said, well, I said, it's interesting. There's no pictures of me on the fireplace with everybody. Because she had people on the fireplace that she didn't even raise. And I'm like, what the fuck is this person doing? I didn't say that to her like that, but I was like, well, why is this person on there and you didn't raise them? And I said, where's my picture? She say, oh, I had a whole bunch of pictures on there. I just took a whole bunch of that stuff off. So I felt some kind of way. So I said, oh, so I was a whole bunch of stuff, huh? My picture was a whole bunch of stuff. I said, okay. I said, okay, I see what's up. And I felt some kind of way about that, right? So I stopped contacting her. I actually blocked her, because she couldn't tell me why I wasn't on the fireplace. Like, why not have me on a picture of that? So what I did was my younger sister, I sent her the picture, and I said, um, tell me what it is. Tell me. I said, look at this picture and tell me what you see that you think that's not right. Immediately, my younger sister say, how come you're not in any of those pictures? She picked it up. She picked it up. I didn't even have to tell her. So I knew if my little sister pieced it together and it bothered her, then I wasn't just in my head. My little sister said, how come you're not on any of I said, okay. So you felt the same thing. She said, what's going on? I said, nothing. I asked my aunt, how come I'm not on any pictures? She said she raised you. She don't have you in. I said, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So that's why I say you work so hard to please your family and thinking by accomplishing these things, you're going to make them happy. And you find out that, even if you give people money, then they say, I want more. And then if you don't give them more, then they're upset. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all see how it is? The more you do, even if they okay, they're not acknowledging you, right? Already. But they're asking for things like, oh, give me money, give me this, give me that. And then you give it and then they want more. And then when you don't give it, then they have a problem with you too. So then why even accomplish fucking anything? Why? For what? Ain't nobody gonna be happy about it. The family's not gonna be happy. Nobody calls me and thank. Once again, I know I sound like a fucking broken record, but shit bothers me. Nobody calls me and says, "Are you feeling good? Are you healthy?" You guys know I was dehydrated to the point where my blood pressure dropped. I could have passed away about 4 days ago, 5 days ago, and my family would have never known. They wouldn't have known. They wouldn't have known what happened. They just trying to. Y'all see what I'm saying? This shit's so fucking strange, man. It just makes me wish I didn't even have no fucking family, man. I just wish that my ass was just born just from out of dust, just like God just said, okay, you're here. Just makes me not even want to talk to nobody. Just makes me want to erase motherfuckers and actually just put in my will, I don't want to be bothered. Even go to the police department and put it in the report and say, listen here, I'm just leaving this here in case, people do the whole checkup thing where they do uh, how they do the checkup on people. They do the wellness check. My family come to do a wellness check. I don't want to be bothered with none of the motherfuckers. I'm okay. I just don't want to be bothered. I don't want nobody to track me. I don't want nobody to know where I'm at. I don't want to be bothered with them. Period. That's how I feel. I don't want fucking no. I don't care. If I leave this earth tomorrow, I don't want nobody to be at my motherfucking funeral. Nobody. And I know y'all probably saying, Stone, that's fucked up for you to say that. No, it's not. It's not, you guys. That's really how I feel. If you're not here now, why do I need you there in the end? If you don't call me now, what the fuck difference does it make if you come visit me when I'm gone? What difference does it make? If you're not here now, I don't want you in the end. This thing here with my brother really got me on one. With my this thing with my brother about to pass away, it's got me on one, y'all. Like, let's not pretend, people. People that's supposed to be your family supposed to be your family, and if they're not gonna be your family, then you need to fucking cut them off, as I am doing. I'm not gonna fucking pretend like everything is cool. I'm not gonna pretend like everything is okay because it's not. No motherfuckers keep in touch with me. Not like they should. Because believe me, I have some family members that see this video and say, well, I reach out to you. Yeah, okay. You reach out, but you ain't been here to Vegas. All y'all motherfuckers that I'm sure all of them have come to Vegas once. Well, not all of them. Some of my brothers just they don't go nowhere. But I know the ones that do travel. And they've been to Vegas and they ain't never reached out to me and said, hey, I'm in Vegas. Why should I care, you guys? Why should I care if no one cares? Should I really care? It's time for me to fade my side, y'all, because it's growing and I can't stand when it grows. I'm asking y'all a question. Should I really care? Should I care if nobody cares? If my family don't care, should I really be putting the energy into fucking caring about them? Should I be breaking my back to try to figure out if they're okay and oh, they're good? Let me call them and check on them. If they've not even done that to me. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I'm just saying, y'all, am I wrong in my analogy of this shit? Am I just being overbearing and just being too sensitive right now? Am I being too sensitive right now? Am I just speaking out the side of my head? No, Cherry. I've already done that one. I ain't messing with that one. That was my high school years. No, I ain't doing that, Cherry. I've done no Larry Blackman for me. But am I wrong, you guys? Am I wrong for feeling like I want to cut every one of those motherfuckers off? Is that wrong for me to feel that way? Mind you, no birthday cards, no Christmas, no New Year's, no Thanksgiving, no. Are you okay, dude? We're calling to make sure you're okay. Now my aunt will call, but it almost feels like she feels like I gotta call her. If she don't hear from me, she will ring my phone. Anybody she knows that know me, she gonna call the ex-girlfriend, the ex-wife, everybody trying to find me. The same one that didn't have my picture on the podium, the same one on the fireplace, the same one that raised me. But if I don't call her, she's so fucking concerned about me. If I don't call her, she's not that concerned. I'm not even in the pictures on the fireplace. The same woman that raised me. You know, out of all the people, I expect her to at least show me some kind of love. She raised me. Shrine said she did. She cut her family off. I'm at that point, y'all. I'm at that point. I already got enough motherfuckers call me they uncle and they cousin. This be people claiming me that I ain't even related to. I don't even get that shit. Maybe I need to accept some of those folks as my family. At least they trying to claim me, right? Oh yeah, listen, Leanne, Music World and Wanda said, no, you're a human, not a robot. You have the right to your feelings. Thank you for that. Real life, thanks for the comment too. You guys hit that thumbs up, please. Y'all know we should have more thumbs up, y'all. When y'all come in live, please show me some love, man. All I ask is one thing. When you come in, please hit that thumbs up for you, Brother Stone, man. I don't ask for much, but I would love to have that thumbs up at the top, please. Leanne, listen, I'm considering leaving the US altogether because I don't want nothing to happen to me and then they come here thinking they gonna get some shit. Do you know that shit would make me get up out my grave and just whoop everybody ass? I don't want nobody to know where I'm at, where I'm buried. I don't want nobody to know where I'm living. I don't want nobody to know the day I died when that happens. I don't want them to know shit. Who's got my records? Who's got my publishing? Who owns my songs? Who owns my masters? I don't want them to know shit. Because if jealousy causes you to treat somebody that's got the same blood inside of you like they're an outsider, then I can understand a person not knowing me being jealous of me. But somebody that's got the same blood as you, I'll never understand that. I ain't never been jealous of any of my cousins or family members. It just makes no sense, man. I would leave everything I have to a stranger before I would give it to any of my family members. No fucking bullshit. And I mean that shit. I'm just overly done with this shit, y'all. Just so fucking tired, man. I get the most embarrassing thing? Do you know what it feels like to have people around you and they say, "Man, you're successful. You're doing a lot of great things, man. Where's your family?" Do you know how embarrassing that shit is? And then you start stuttering like, well, and you got to explain to them the shit. Well, I'm not really close to them, and I was raised by my aunt. You got to go through the whole fucking song and dance. You know how embarrassing that shit is? It'd be easier to say, I don't have no family. Because if I cut them off, it'd be easy to just say, well, I don't have no family. None. And then the conversation ends right there. But to have to explain it every fucking time is a fucking story within itself. Well, I was raised by my aunt, you guys, and then this happened, and I get so fucking tired of telling the fucking book story. I'm done, y'all, and I mean that. When my story is the final story of my life is written, my family won't be in that motherfucker. I was thinking about my documentary that we're working on, right? And there's a lot of shit in my documentary that I have to cut out because I'm not including my family in it. I'm only including, of course, I got to include my aunt because that's who raised me. I'm talking about my grandmother and my aunt who raised me. But other than that, ain't none of my other family members going to be mentioned or be in that motherfucker. I've been working on this documentary now for 5 years. It's a timeline documentary. It follows me back from the end of the 80s all the way up to now. It's a timeline documentary about my life and all the people I work with in my history and how I've made it and continue to stay in the music industry all the way up to now. It's some deep ass footage. When I was really young, I don't know how in the hell I was able to get cameras and had cameras all the time, but somehow I always had cameras when I was younger. But you're gonna see my journey and you guys are gonna appreciate me even more. When you see this documentary, it's going to make you appreciate me as a person even more, and you're gonna see how hard I worked. And a lot of you guys just you'll be in awe. You won't have too much more to say it. But damn, this dude been busting his ass for that many years with no love from my family, with no we got your back. What money? What you need to get there? What you need to fly out? What you need to at a young age? What you need? My aunt, yes, she put me in band. Did I play in church at a young age? Yes, 6 years old I started playing on drums, 6 and 7. I give that to my aunt. She made sure that the music thing was in me. She put me in martial arts. But the rest I went and did on my own, y'all. And even with that, even my aunt, she takes credit of my success now. She really, and I tell her, what happened if I had have just not, even though you put me in band, what happens if I had have just dropped out of high school and college? What if I just got on drugs? Or what if I had just became a thug or a gangster? Would you take credit for that too? I tell her, take credit for the band you put me in. The rest was my free will. I did that on my own. You didn't do that for me. But she loves to be able to take credit. She wants me to praise her for that shit. The same woman that don't have me on the fireplace, y'all. My lovely aunt. Same woman that don't have me in the pictures on the fireplace. That shit broke my heart about 2 months ago when I saw the pictures on the fireplace and I wasn't there. That shit broke my fucking heart. And guess what? She don't even give a fuck. Cause when I had a conversation with her about it, she didn't even want to talk to me about it. She didn't say, "I'm sorry, baby. I'll find a picture and put you up back up there." She didn't even entertain a conversation. She just wanted me to shut the fuck up. What good is it to have everything and have nothing? Y'all think about the ones that over here, y'all are out here wanting to be successful in the music industry, thinking you're gonna make your family happy and that's gonna just change everybody's happiness because you're successful. It's all garbage. If they ain't happy for you now, they ain't gonna be happy for you then. Trust me. It's just gonna make everybody more jealous of you and everybody in your family. That mom and dad gonna always have your back, especially your mom. But your other family members, yeah, it just gonna make them jealous. That's all it's gonna do. The more successful you are, the more separation creates, and especially if there was already separation there when you were younger. No, it's just gonna divide it and stretch it out even further. That's my story. Yeah, real story, man. My mother was the only one that gave a fuck about me, and she didn't even raise me. But my mother was all love, and she was so fucking proud of me, man. That it was just so infectious how proud she was of me. She was proud, man. She was so happy for me. She did not stop talking. And even my dad. I didn't realize how proud of me my dad was, but my sister on my dad's side told me how he talks about me all the time. Y'all got to think, I got on my dad's side and mom's side, I got attorneys, doctors, my cousin that come on this live sometime, Jamal, his brother, my other little cousin, St. Louis, he's an attorney in St. Louis. He's an attorney. The motherfuckers they don't reach out to me. I love you, Jamal, if you're watching this. But I asked him for his number on the live, and he never even sent me a message to send. I don't even know what that shit's about. I'm fucking confused. I have no fucking idea, man. What people gonna do? Wait until I, I die and then want to come to a funeral where to go, say that I'm gonna pay my respects to him. He's not here anymore. Is that what we do now? We pretend like we love our family members, and then we wait till something happens to them. Then we want to go see them when we can't talk to them. Then is that what we do? I have some very successful people in my family. Very. I mean, just I have some incredible people in my family, man. I mean, the shit is it's extraordinary, but no communication at all. I've performed in cities where I've had family at, and they didn't even come out to the shows. Real talk, man. The world can be a fucked up place, y'all. For the ones that are going through, I feel you, man. For the ones that are going through anything similar to what I am talking about, I love you. And it's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right. Trust me. We just gotta cut them motherfuckers off and be okay with that. And we'll be okay with that. But what good is it to have everything and have nothing? Might as well be alone. as well be alone. Toast to that shit. You might as well be alone. Because I am not about to be worrying, getting up worrying about grown ass motherfucking people that don't give a fuck about me. More to life, MMG said already. Leanne said, that's exactly what I'm going to be. Leanne, you know what? I'm serious. I'm done. I would rather be have a stranger be my family member than somebody that I thought at 50 years that they were my family members, and I'm found out 55 years that they don't even act like a family member. I'm just exhausted at pretending. I'm exhausted at pretending, and I'm tired of crying about this shit. I'm tired of crying, y'all. I'm tired of crying about this shit, man. Yeah, I can't do this shit no more. Can't do it no more, y'all. And I'm not even drinking. I'm drinking tea. Y'all see that tea bag? I'm not drinking no alcohol. So if you come across it, you think, oh, Stone drinking? No, I'm not drinking, man. I don't drink or smoke. I don't have to. Although I have wine every once in a blue moon, but I don't drink or smoke. I'm just in a real moment right now, y'all. I'm in a real moment right now. Namba Music Studio say, man, Mr. Stone, I feel you. I'm close to my girlfriend's family. Oh, listen. You see, that's what I'm saying. Hey, Major said, bro, I'm here, fam. I feel the same in my situation. I try to stay, yeah. I'm tired of, it's been a hell of a 5 days for me, y'all. I went from dehydration to finding out my brother could pass away tomorrow. He's pretty much, they already had the chaplain come into his hospital and talk to him, and he's kind of made peace with himself. So that's what opened up all this with me, thinking about my family and how they ain't been there for me, and how he has to choose to cut a lot of his family members out of his life at the end. That shit broke my heart, because that's my older brother. And I said, damn, he's telling my sister who he don't trust and who he doesn't even want by his bedside while he's dying. Who doesn't want somebody by their side while they dying? You know the choice you have to make to say, I don't give a fuck. I feel the same way my brother feels. I don't want nobody to know if something happened to me. Not none of my family members. Let them motherfuckers know when I am all the way. Let them know 9 months later. Oh yeah, he been gone. His ashes are somewhere in Thailand. Yeah, they spread it out in the ocean. Yeah, he been gone. Yeah. No, he didn't leave y'all nothing. No, nothing at all. Sorry. Yeah, there's nothing that he left for you. You don't have to worry about none of that. He's been gone. Naba Music Studio. Thank you, family. Yeah, he's still alive, but they're saying he's not gonna come up out the hospital, bro. So it's my older brother, man, and I'm just praying for his spirit. I'm praying that possibly God could let him live another good year where he can just, or at least live until he get out, and he can live 2 years after that as a free man. You feel what I'm saying? Cherry say, God forbid, Stone. I know, Cherry, but I'm just being honest, Cherry, about myself. I'm just being honest, Cherry. Auntie Mickey say, this is why you were so close to Angie. Angie felt the same way. Auntie Mickey, don't make me cry. Don't do that to me, Auntie Mickey. Angie felt the same way. Angie Stone felt the same exact way. She told me, stop it, Auntie Mickey. Angie felt the same way. No, it's okay, Auntie Mickey. Angie Stone told me, she said, Stone, I don't have my mom and dad no more. You know, Angie didn't have no brothers and sisters. I don't know if you guys knew. Angie was the only child. I don't know if a lot of people even know that. Angie had no brothers and sisters. So that's why when she would call me, she would say, Stony, I don't have nobody to talk to. I'm sorry, baby, if I'm bothering you. I said, no, sis, you're not bothering me. You can call me at 4 in the morning. I'm going to pick up my phone. It doesn't matter. I'm here to listen. Whatever you need, I'll sit on this phone. And I made myself available for her even when we were not talking about business. Angie felt the same way, but she loved her kids. She's lucky. She had her kids. Me, I don't have kids. Something happened to me, it's just me. I leave this earth. I have no seed to leave to continue my legacy. It ends with me. And I think about that shit every day too. That's why I should not give a fuck about my family. Why should I give a fuck about people that don't care about me? I don't have nobody to give a fuck about me. So why should I be caring so much about them when all they do is gossip? That's all the gossip. It's a lot of gossip shit going on. Almost like they love that shit. That's what they love, man. They love to gossip. They like to tell the stories about everything that's going on with each person in the family. And I guess it makes them feel good to talk negative about their own blood. I don't know. It's just very unusual to me because I've never participated in that sort of shit. Yeah, Angie had no brothers and sisters. She really, when she said she had nobody to talk to, she wasn't lying. Her mom and dad is gone. That's all she had to talk to. And sometimes us adults feel like we possibly sometimes can't talk to our kids. We are at a stage sometimes we feel like they won't understand. Because she could have talked to her kids, but you know, she told me she had nobody to talk to. And I said, well, sis, I'm here. And I understood her. And I sat on the phone and we cried a few times. I listened to her and cried and told her some of these stories I'm telling you guys. I shared some of these stories with her. And she comforted me as I was crying, as I did with her. Maybe that's why I feel so strong the way I did when she passed away, because it felt so much more personal. Because she was there for me spiritually. She was there. She was there for me spiritually, you guys. She was. Auntie Mickey said you two were kindred spirit families. Family. Yeah, we were, Auntie Mickey. Yes, we were. Yes, we were, Auntie Mickey. That's a fact. And had she lived, and she'll be my sister. She's my sister in the spiritual element right now. Had she lived, our brother and sisterhood would have grown into something so strong that nothing and nobody would have been able to break it because it was already there. You don't have to be related to somebody to be related to somebody. Can I say it again? You don't have to be related to somebody to be related to them. Auntie Mickey said that's so true. More to life, thank you. If today was my last day on this earth, and I know y'all saying Stone been talking rather crazy lately. I have been. I'm not even gonna bullshit you. If today is my last day, I would say to you guys, I wouldn't want none of my family to be here at my house. And if any of the motherfuckers are watching this, yeah, I wouldn't want none of y'all motherfuckers to come see me, come visit me, come check on me. None of that shit. Take this as you're noticed. Yeah, I said it. Because watching my brother sit in the hospital and nobody's called him. None of them have called my brother. They're all right there. A lot of them are there where he's at. None of them are breaking their necks to go to the hospital and check on him. That's the shit that's really fucking me up the most. None of them have gotten in their cars to drive right over to the hospital in Peoria, Illinois, and go see him, and they're all in Illinois. This is the shit that has really gotten under my skin. My younger sister went today with my niece. Ain't nobody else been there to visit him. Not his kids, not his other brothers. They haven't even called him. I send money on his books all the time through my aunt. My aunt will call me and say, your brother needs some shoes. I send the money. Your brother needs this. Your brother wants to get, okay, I send the money. None of them have done that. And now he's in the hospital and ain't nobody breaking their neck to try to go see him. They would do that same fucking shit to me. But then once you're gone, then they come and try to find out what's they're gonna get. They're gonna come try to see if there's houses, cars left, money. What they got? What he got? This is the fucked up part about people passing, is you got to deal with your family and this kind of shit. Nabu Music Studio, thank you, family. I appreciate you for that. Auntie Mickey said, in this life, you have to build your own family. You can choose. And Auntie Mickey, you know what? I've already had to deal with this shit with my stepsons, right? That was already a crazy hit. I raised these 6 boys, and these little motherfuckers don't even call me, man. They don't call me on Father's Day. I've already went through those tears, years of that shit. Now the youngest one keeps in touch, but he only keeps in touch when he wants money. Hey, I don't know, man. I know they don't owe me anything. I'm not their real dad. I get it, but I've been already went through that with them. All right, so I pretty much done made up my mind. I've cut them off. I blocked them from my Facebook, all that shit. And I block every family member I have from my Facebook. So if you're watching my live and you wonder why you blocked, yes, I blocked your ass. And you know why. Y'all don't comment. All y'all do is watch my motherfucking page. I blocked them from everything. TikTok, TikTok, Instagram, it don't matter. I cut my boys off. Now, I finally made the decision that I am literally cutting my family off indefinitely. I'm cool on it. I'm good. I don't need that shit, man. I'm not going to convince nobody to be in my life if they don't want to be around me. And I am quite okay with that. I've lived with it all my life. I'm what, 55 now? So what's new? I'm 55. I've lived with this shit for 55 years. What's new, y'all? Not like I'm losing shit. And it's not like I'm losing a conversation. More importantly, think about this. It's not even like I'm losing a conversation because we never even talk on the phone. So really, what have I lost if I cut all of them off today? Just losing somebody call me uncle or brother? Please, man. Music World Wonder said my uncle's kids are sick and sad and pathetic. Excuse for kids. Music World Wonder. Listen, I get it, man. I will tell you this, I'll never date a woman with kids no more. I done that shit 3 times in my life. And that shit ain't never turned out to work in my favor. Kids are going to always show love. I hate to say it. If we want to go per capita, they're going to always roll back to their real pops. That's just how it is. And no matter how long you there, they're going to remind you that you ain't their real father. And I had to accept that shit. Now, I'm not saying that's every case, but that's a predominant model case of most of all of the situations like that. Because I went through it 3 times and I got nothing out of it. In total, I've raised 6 boys. And do you think any of them motherfuckers keep in touch with me? I could text them and say, hey dad, how you doing, dad? They'll do all that shit. But it'll literally start and end right there. After I talk to them, then they don't. I would have to keep messaging them for them to, and they'll talk to me now. They don't dodge me, but they just don't keep in touch. They don't see why it matters. I would have to probably be sick and in the hospital before all of them would come. Then they would come, and they probably would only come to see what dad is leaving for them, and that's just the truth. What's up, boss lady? Leanne said, I'm just alone now. They all be just fine. And when I look back, I've been alone the entire time. I just never even knew it. I'm expected to call them. They don't reach out to see how I am. Now, Leanne, you understand what I'm saying. That, Leanne, you and I mirror each other to the T. That's the shit I deal with. I've been alone so long that you think they would piece 2 and 2 together and be like, I ain't really been there for him. But I expect him to call me all the time. I ain't been there. My aunt literally, if I don't answer the phone, she gets fucking conniptions. She will call fucking everybody. Everybody. But I'm about to send an official text to all of their asses. Oh, they gonna be shocked. When I say I've decided to cut everybody off. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want nobody to contact me no more. I don't want to be in contact with none of you. Please, from here on out, please don't bother me no more. I choose to no longer be in anyone's life. They're going to be shocked when they get this text from me because I mean exactly that. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I am fucking done. I'm done, y'all, with no explanation. I don't need to explain to them why I'm doing this. They already know why. They're not there. Why? I don't want to pretend with the games no more. Let's just cut this shit off and get it over with. Nabu Music Studio said, Mr. Stone, man, I had to leave my relatives alone years ago. Too much drink. Yeah, and I'm starting to see, like, why? Like, it's pointless. Like, why? Yeah, why do we even deal with them? Nabu Studio was like, why? Auntie Mickey say that's when their true colors come out. Oh, Auntie Mickey. Oh, oh yeah, exactly. And Leanne said, not one phone call now, none. Leanne, me either. Even with my brother in the hospital, nobody called to say, do you know your brother in the hospital? Not knowing I already know, because my younger sister let me know. But if it wasn't for my younger sister, ain't nobody called me to say my brother was in the hospital. Nobody called me to say that. Y'all don't think they would do that same thing to me? Absolutely, music world wonder. You're 100% correct. You are 100% correct. You know, this. Let me tell you about brother Joseph D. I like him because he has faith in everything. And if you ever read his comments, even through the negative, he'll hear me. Even through the things that he appears to be negative that I'm speaking, brother Joseph will always find a rebuttal that is based on something positive, and I appreciate that about him. But brother Joseph, let me tell you something. When I tell you I've been here since 1991 and nobody has visited me, except for my father's daughter that he wanted me to get to know. So she came to Vegas to visit me. But the family that I was kind of around on my mom's side, none of them have come here to visit me. I've been here since 1991. I'm 55. 1991, I was 21. Add that up. Add how many years that is, brother Joseph. You said there should be somebody I can, because got to be somebody you can call on the phone. You're right. My friends, the ones that I've created the family circle with, not my real family. Yeah, I can call them. Yeah, yeah, I can call them easy, no problem. But my real family, now I'm talking about my real family. I can't call them. They don't call me. I've done the calling, brother Joseph, over and over again through the years, and that's never gotten me anywhere. We'll talk, and then I won't hear from them for a year. I've been here since 1991, brother Joseph. Nobody's visited me. I could have been in the ground, and they would have never known. Mind you, I had a friend who moved to Vegas and he died, and his family didn't even know he was dead for 2 years. I want y'all to know that. His name was Johnny Jordan. He used to play Michael Jackson back in the 80s. And he ended up moving to Vegas and he was dead for 2 years, and his family didn't even know he was dead. No bullshit. I'm not making this up. Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. Brother Joseph, it is what it is. It's just really the way it is. I appreciate you, feeling that way. So, brother Joseph, let me show you the dynamic. I just lost, not, excuse me, my brother's in the hospital. They're saying he's not going to make it. He's not going to come out of the hospital. Now, he's in prison, but the prison had to move him to the hospital. And none of the family members have been there to see him except for my younger sister and his daughter today, one of his daughters. Everybody else in my family, nobody has been there to see him or talk to him. I've been putting money on his books and all that. So I was raised by my aunt, brother Joseph. So the separation started when I was young. So that created this weird separation with my brothers and I. I don't know if they felt like I thought I was better than them. And my brothers were older then. They were at least 10 to 15 years older than me. So when I would come to my mom's on the weekend, when my aunt would drop me off, they would call me white boy. They would say, hey, white boy, you've been playing golf? That's the shit they would say to me. And then through the years, it seems the relationship got even more distance with them because in their mind, they had already separated me from their thoughts because I only come over on the weekends and I live with my aunt, not with my mom. So if you think about it, this shit has been there for years. It's not new, brother Joseph. It's been there for years, brother Joseph. Think about what I'm saying. Think about it. That's why it's easy for them not to talk to me. It means nothing. They probably don't even lose sleep over this shit. They probably don't even fucking think about me until they see me on TV or somebody see me on a announce on opening a show in whatever city is close to them. Then, oh, that's my brother. Then I get a call. Hey, I saw you coming to the city with such and such artist. Can we get tickets? Or hey, I saw you on TV. That's my brother. That's my uncle. My little sister always keeps in touch, man. And my aunt. And my aunt. Don't get me wrong, my aunt, but my aunt can be very messy too. See, she's nosy. She like to keep in touch. She's been that way since I was little though. She used to whoop me and call her friend and tell her, yeah, yeah, girl, I just had to whoop Mr. Man, girl. Yeah, he gonna try to block the belt from me hitting him. And by the time I got to school, all the kids knew I got a whooping because she done told my friend's mom. So my aunt liked to gossip. She's a nice lady, but she likes to gossip. She's a gossiper. So if she calling you, she just trying to get the tea on what's going on, so she can tell everybody else in the family. That's the shit she do. She just like that's what she do. She grew up watching. I grew up with her watching soap operas. So need I say more? I already know she was one of them soap opera mothers, and she hasn't changed. She still does the same thing. She's awesome now. I love her, but it is what it is. She's very messy. No, my aunt's like my mom. She raised me. Margot. Margot said that's like most aunts. Well, my aunt was like my mom, so I guess I got a double dose then, huh? Because my mom wasn't like that. I'm gonna tell you, my aunt. Here's the crazy part. Now, mind you, I'm 55 years old. My aunt saw me on TV, and she called me and told me that she's disappointed in me. Why would you disappoint? And I asked her. I said, "What is it about? What is it about me being on TV that disappointed you?" You know what she said to me? And she might be watching this now. She said, "You talking about you gonna marry two women?" I said, "So what? I'm not hurting nobody. I didn't do nothing wrong to nobody. If I want to say I'm gonna marry two women, why does that bother you? And why are you disappointed in me? I'm a grown ass man. I can say whatever I want. Well, I don't cuss at my aunt. I show her respect. I never cuss her out. I don't say nothing crazy to her. I don't. I'm one of them. I'm very respectful to my elders. That's me. I've never cussed her out. None of that. Never been rude to her. I usually just say I gotta go, because I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm one of those guys, right? So I never say anything disrespectful to her. I just told her, well, I'm a grown person. I'm allowed to say what I want to say. Why does that bother you? I didn't do anything wrong on TV. Why are you calling me saying I'm disappointed in you? Yeah, Margot, it makes me feel like Margot Mermaid TV. It makes me actually feel like the black sheep. And I'm not even the black sheep, but it makes me actually my brother that's dying, he was like the black sheep of the family. He was really the black sheep. But this shit makes me feel as an older man like the black sheep of the family almost. Margot said, but really there's a light in you that they can't understand. And many times become envious of it. Listen, Margot Mermaid TV, you've hit the hammer on the nail. That's the same jealousy I see on YouTube. For those of you that follow me, I be getting the trolls in here and they say stuff about me. That's the same jealousy I get from my family. Joseph D said, I'm sorry, bro. I understand. But you got your health and your whole lot of other cool shit. But most important, your physical health. Thank you, brother Joseph. Margot Mermaid TV. Now, y'all know I usually don't read comments of people that are not members of my channel or they're not subscribing, but I'm going to read one more from Margot Mermaid TV. She said, the projection is real with individuals lacking self love and most messed up families that oftentimes is that root as well as generational cycles. Thank you, Margot Mermaid TV. And you seem like you're new to the channel, so I appreciate you coming in here. Hopefully, you subscribe and you become a member. For those of you that are here, if I don't read your comments, that's usually because if you're not a member of the channel, I'm very respectful to those members that pay every month to be on here and watch me. And if I don't read the comments, it's okay to comment. I don't mind you commenting, but if I don't read it, that's why. So please don't be disappointed in me and don't be upset at me. Um, this is why I say, what good is it to have everything and you have nothing? Mermaid, Shrines and Stone, are you the one spiritual one? Yes, I am, Shrine. I'm the only one in my family like me. I am the only one in my family like me. The only one. There's nobody else in the family like me, except for my mom. She used to be that way. She fought it for a minute. She fought it for a while because she had been that way all her life. I found out she became an evangelist. She was a educator. You know, she had a degree in biblical studies. She was a big thing. You know, but my mom was like that more than I knew, and I found out later she was like that. But there's nobody else in my family like that. Nobody. Yeah, Shrine. But I feel good. I feel good talking to you guys because tonight, you guys, man, you guys helped me through, man. Just seeing the comments and the things you guys are saying, just it really helped me feel better about my emotions because I was real shooken up when I got on here. And just seeing some of the comments of everybody else feeling the same way I feel about having to cut off some of their family members, it gave me, it gives me strength, you guys, man, because it's a battle. And I'm not going to lie to you. Like, once again, what good is it to have everything and you have nothing? Key word. What good is it to have everything and you have nothing? Something to think about. You got everything you want. I want y'all to imagine this for a moment. Imagine not thinking you were going to have some of the things you have in your life. Now you got all that and then some. And then the only thing you really wanted was the love of your family and the respect. It's like a young man who's trying to gain the respect of his father, and his father never gives him the respect. Never. His father never gives him the respect. Do you know that a lot of men go through that when they try to please their dad and their dad just never gives them respect? You know who went through that? Prince. Prince tried to please his dad for years and his dad just would never give him the respect. And his dad kind of left this earth not fully giving Prince the respect, and all he ever wanted was to please his dad, for his dad to be proud of him. That's how people feel about their families too. I did everything I've done for my family. And yes, we know money can buy happiness, but you got to listen to the story. I hear you, Margot, Mermaid TV. You're correct. Yes, it does. Some people are already fucked up before they become rich, and they're a fucked up rich person. But this is what I'm saying. Everything I've done in my life, I've done only for my family, not even for myself. I didn't give a fuck about the music industry and being successful and being an artist in the industry and working with all these famous people. I didn't give a fuck about that. I literally did everything I did to make my family happy, to be able to provide for them and give them what they want. And they didn't give a fuck. They've never supported me. And that's why I've decided now I'm done. Leanne said, "You helped me too, Stone, because it is reassuring that I am not the only one who feels the way they had me thinking I was crazy. And it's not me because I reached out. I tried my best, and some people you can't please, and that's a fact." Mermaid Margot said, "Stone, you have to live for you. I used to deal with this with my mother, but I had to learn to love people from a distance." What's up, Javon? Mer- Margot, you're correct. Auntie Mickey say, Stone, you and Prince share some of the same DNA. What you're dealing with is not, but you know what, Auntie Mickey? You're correct. Yeah, you guys, and here's the strange part. It's funny, Auntie Mickey say that because I've never shared it, but in my family DNA, I am related to Prince's father, and that's a fact, and it's in the DNA. I've showed it to Auntie Mickey, and a lot of other people have seen it. I just never talk about it. And some of Prince members in his band, I've shared it with, and he is in my his father's in my DNA pool, and it's a 90% DNA match. So need I say more? But it's funny you say that, Auntie Mickey. I didn't even think about that. Cassandra Williams say, we will see you November the 15th, Warner Brothers Studios, California Music Hall of Fame, also introducing new president, Cassandra Williams. I'll be there, Cassandra. Send me that. You guys, that's my publicist. She popped in. That's my publicist, Cassandra, you guys. She's a sweetheart. Thank you, Cassandra. Send it to me. I'll be there. I'll make sure that I'm there. You know, I got to be there to congratulate you. That's my publicist. So when you guys see me on the red carpet with Flavor Flav and the lady walks up to the camera, that's my publicist that came on that red carpet, all up in my business. that's my that's my publicist, Cassandra Williams, right there. She's a sweetheart. The best publicist in the world. The best publicist in the world. That is her. She is awesome. She is the best, you guys. She is the best. I love her. Mm-hmm. Soul Train Music Award. That one on my YouTube channel. Put in Stone Paxton Soul Train Music Award. You'll see Cassandra come up and butt in front of my business while I'm doing the interview. But that's my publisher. I love her though. I'll be there, Cassandra. Please let me know and send me the info. I'm there. You know, I got to come and support you. Oh man, although I will say one thing, you guys, I'm happy. I'm working on this new album. Now I finally do everything for Stone. From this day on, everything I do will be for me, not for my family, not for people that don't care about me, but I will do it for me. I would do it for me. For once in my life, I will do it for Stone Paxton, not anybody else. That's where I'm at with it, you guys. Yeah, that's my publicist. So when I be asking y'all to give me donations, that's because I gotta pay my publicist. She ain't cheap. she ain't cheap. Cassandra ain't cheap. She gets her money. So if y'all see me say I need y'all, I need my donations. That's my publicist. I gotta pay my publicist. She keeps me busy though. So when I do that performance in LA, you guys, Cassandra is who's my publicist is who's setting all that up. So when I start doing these shows for the album and I start touring and doing these shows, when I do the one in LA, Cassandra is the one that's setting that one up. Try and say, yes, Stone, you're sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna do me for me now, y'all. I'm gonna do Stone Paxton for Stone now. I'm not doing Stone Paxton for family members and nobody no more. I've never done Stone Paxton for women. Thank you, Cassandra. I just got it too. I just got the text. Thank you. As soon as I get off, I'm gonna respond. I see it right now. I want you guys to know from here on out, I would do Stone Paxton for Stone Paxton. And here's the thing: I've never done Stone Paxton for women. I'm not one of those guys. I've literally only done everything I've done for my family, but that changes tonight. I will do only me for me and for my fans, for the ones that support and buy my records. That's the only thing that's kept me going when I got confused about my family not being there. I said, well, at least I got people that love me all over the world and that buy my records. And that's what keeps me going. You said that 2 days ago, Leanne? So you're going to blame it on Cassandra. Yep. J Bond said, you always have to please. Love comes from within, so you have to love yourself first before anyone. Yeah, Javon, but I think you missed my earlier stuff I was saying, Javon. Okay, I'll call you, Cassandra, as soon as I get off. Um, Javon, listen, all my life, I was programmed to do things to please my family. So you understand what I'm saying? This music shit I didn't do for me. I did for my family. So I want you to understand that. I didn't do this for me. I did this initially to please my family, everything I did, until I started realizing these same people never supported none of my music through the years. None of my family members can even tell you a name of my song. If you ran into one of them, say, "What's your favorite song of your nephew, or brother, or cousin, or uncle?" They'd be like, shit, I don't know none of them." That's what I'm saying. Your comments are being blocked, D. I don't know. I didn't. What comments did you post? DB Eaton. I didn't see anything. If, who, is somebody blocking D's comments? D. Sometimes if you say certain things a certain way, YouTube will automatically block it. So it doesn't mean somebody's blocking it. It could be just the certain words that YouTube is doing weird shit about. Javon said that's understandable. Yeah, Javon. So all my life I've done everything for my family, not for myself. I just woke up. My brother is in the hospital dying right now. He was in prison. They sent him to a hospital and they're saying that he might not come out the hospital. So he's feeling the same way about family members. He don't trust people. He don't want certain people there. Nobody's even called to check on him. So you see what I'm saying? These are the same people that don't call and they never been to Vegas to visit me. It's the same shit. So I decided now from tonight to do Stone Paxton for Stone. I'm not gonna do me for someone else anymore. It's time for me to do me for me. Yeah, D, I don't know, D. I'm looking to see, but I don't see any block, D. I don't know. Hold on, D. Let me see something. I'm trying to see if which ones are blocked, D. If there's any block. Hold on, D. Hold on, D. I'm still trying to see if there's any blocked. Hold on. Yeah, that's it's definitely YouTube, D. That's blocking it. Big Phoenix says something deep. Big Phoenix asked me a question that got blocked too. That's why I'm trying to see if there's D if some of yours were blocked. Big Phoenix said, when did I decide to take back? Say it again, Big Phoenix. Big Phoenix was blocked too. He said, well, he said, we got know one thing, we got you, G. Big Phoenix asked me a question though. He said, when did I decide to take back my life? You know what, Big Phoenix? Tonight, the last 2 days, really, because my brother is in the hospital, passing away. He's in prison, but they moved him to a hospital, and he don't trust certain family members. And the fact that he has to feel that way on his dying bed is crazy. He don't trust certain family members. He don't want them. He just don't trust them. But none of these people have called him and checked on him. So tonight is when I decided to make that decision. Like I'm done. I'm not doing anything for my family anymore. I'm doing me for me now. D, I didn't see anything blocked, D. So I think it's YouTube definitely blocking it. It's YouTube is certain words, D be eating, certain words they're blocking. Brother John, what's going on, family? Okay, sleep well, family. Joseph said, I saw a couple of your comments, D, but that was like half an hour ago. D, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, but keep trying to post them, D. Um, Maybe change the wording up. You going on? Okay. Yeah, I'm doing me for me now, you guys. Is that back low? Okay. Make sure you let it come up before you pull off. Yeah, I'm doing me for me now, y'all. I'm not doing me for nobody anymore. I forbid to do that. Javon says same feeling in my situation as well, Stone. Oh, I know. Auntie Mickey, the chat glitched. Did it really? Auntie Mickey, wait a minute. Auntie Mickey said the chat it glitched. D said I know it hurt Stone, but you got to rise above all of that, man. You're so much bigger and better than that. And you're right, DB Eaton, and I am. I made that decision, and you're right. I'm gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna do that. That's where I'm at now. Nothing less than that. But let me say something more important to you guys. I love you guys, man, and I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you listening to me because you guys don't have to sit here and listen to this old dude run his mouth. You know, we had a few little rude comments that came in, but we blocked them out. It don't matter about the people that come in that don't have nothing to do and you know, they just say whatever they say. No, who cares? We don't care about the blah blahs, right? But I appreciate the real ones, man. I appreciate you guys because you guys been so good to me, man. Auntie Mickey had me in here shedding these tears tonight. I love you guys, man. I'm coming on tomorrow. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace and love. Get some rest, man. Think about all the stuff I said tonight, man. Your family ain't right. Y'all know what y'all have to do. Love you guys, man. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow, all right? Peace and love, and I'm out.